Yeah, she said about 7:30 areas when she's probably gonna get home at 7:15, 7:30. So that's the likeliness. Um, in that case, our stream has begun.
Does that mean this is a good or bad time to ask about a paladin thing?
That depends. You want this knowing out to everybody here and there and all around the world.
Oh, it's not secret stuff.
Okay, out of the way.
I was just thinking earlier about how priests have to do prayers at particular times and stuff like that. And I was wondering how that applied. I had notions about how it might work for Ilmater.
Okay, how are you thinking?
Dusk, actually, which you might find a little bit unusual for one of the good gods, but I think the idea is that's when people rest. And
I'm good with that idea, actually. To me, dusk, like for myself as a person, not just in the sense of the D&D universe, always feels like a revival for me. In that kind of way. I don't understand why it's always negative.
Come here, Odin.
I don't know. And the one other idea I had was that by and large Ilmater is not bad. Good heavens.
Oh goodness. By and large, Mother is
not strict. Being a god who is against causing unnecessary suffering, here's the things you should do. Do them if you can do them. If you can't do them, but you've got the right things in your heart, we'll just get around it.
I like that. I like that. So, just doing a quick send out of some stuff here quickly. Basically web addresses, the Twitter stuff, all that fun, good things to talk about.
I promise I did not shoot my dog in the eye. Where are you? He only has one eye!
Oh yeah, Odin! Hi, Odin.
Yeah, Odin. Yeah.
Set that up that way, do a quick drop on Facebook, and then we can do proper stuff. And we'll do a user recap, well, viewer recap too. And
so you're saying that dog sold his eye to a cat down the street for wisdom?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Cat, but
No, not that cat, different cat.
yeah. This is Lilith Brimstone Soul Eater.
I'm surprised it wouldn't be that cat then. That's an adorable cat though.
Thank you.
0 to 20, also offering you cute therapy.
Yes. Bye.
Let's see here now then.
Macy, do you want to make your appearance? Macy, where are you? Come here.
Look at all the
I
kitties.
can't help but join the crowd.
Oh, yay! Kitty therapy. Come here, Macy.
That one's
I
not
will
interested in
never be
joining
good
us.
with this. I will never not, ever be disappointed with having tons of cats and such all over the place. It never is a bother to me. I love that kind of stuff.
Mine was not into that and is kind of angry at me now.
What?
Macy. Here. Come here.
Okay. All of my little housekeeping all over my phone because it's not on my computer, so I can't even look like I'm paying attention to everything on my computer while I do this. That's. I'm a terrible DM. Look at how socially connected I am.
Macy. Say hello. No.
Hello, kitty.
That's not a
This is not a
kitty.
cat.
That's not a kid. Oh, hello, puppy! I see the side of the head. Hello, puppy. Good. I was gonna say that's not an allergen.
Not an allergen.
I'm allergic to cats, unfortunately.
Oh
Yeah.
You should meet Julia's cat sometime and see if you're allergic to her.
Julia or the cat?
The cat. We've established you're not allergic to Julia. Julia's cat's a Norwegian forest cat, and they're often hypoallergenic.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
no. Oh goodness.
All right.
Your plan about not capturing your roommate in the background has already failed miserably.
No, because I changed my camera over. He's just lurking back there.
Hello, Peanut Gallery!
We can't hear you. I said hello, Peanut Gallery. Because I turned my camera. They can't see you now, but...
Hi.
Alright, now that all that is out of the way, and that would have been our 5-minute warning video anyways, heads up for our viewers. Actually, gonna let you know right now, you'll probably have noticed that we didn't have that 5-minute intro video going on. What the heck? We are streaming today from a different computer because DM's computer doesn't like streaming apparently anymore. Or the internet doesn't, or the audio doesn't, or who knows, there's a whole bunch of different factors that pretty much mean I can't stream off of my POS. Whether that means the internet or the computer, who knows. So hi, welcome from our living room computer in my home at least, and we bring you to Faun's Heart from 0 to 20. We have with us today my round table of people. You notice that we are missing some people. They'll join us. And we are still in Bertona at the moment. We did a recap earlier of where we are because it's been a while since we've actually gotten together and played due to technical difficulties, other difficulties, and just general, holy cow, it's summer, it's chaotic, and wow, what happened? Multitude of lively fuckery stuffs, pretty
The
much.
season of difficulties.
Right? It seems that way. It really does seem that way. So, hello and welcome. As I was saying, we left off in Bertona. Valia and Mudkicker last had gone to explore, and Vadim is saying stuff and things. So that's my husband in the background, by the way. He's giving me little notifications of stuff that's happening because he's actually monitoring things for us. So it's kind of funny because I have a monitor on a system that's not my own. Let's see what's going on here. They're telling me. It's stopping to load periodically, apparently. I'm getting green light all the way through here, so that's kind of interesting. Weird.
Not that weird. You did say Vadim is on your computer, which is known to have a not that great internet connection. The problem might be just there rather than being part of the stream.
That is true.
Unfortunately, my friend Richard is currently missing in action, so I can't add a monitor.
And I believe we are just being hosted on various channels, so we don't have anyone in the room to verify, clarify, or check with us at the moment. That kind of thing. That's also why we record these things, because you can come back and watch us later. Because I think we actually have a few viewers that do that, honestly. It's funny. I have someone who's like, I can never watch on like live stream nights, but I'll catch up later. Anyways, I was on the recap. Right. Yes. Stop distracting the DM. That's actually to everything else, not the players. So as I was saying, we're in Bertona. Valia has returned to camp, which it's quieter than it was upon arrival. Everyone's setting up for the day of bringing the people in the afternoon for shopping, small shows, and starting to push for the evening show, which is actually the big one that would feature our knife throwing act, any other valiant acts of immense, like our magic show, which I promise you would be a real treat if you ever got to see it, actually enacted out. Which means that unless people have actually tasks to do for the day, which I'm pretty sure no one here actually has a booth or a store or anything like that, they have their day ahead of them until the night show in which they're supposed to be back. Valia had found out some store names of shops that have been very recent to town along the same time. During what was happening in town was a series of robberies, over the course of the last couple of months, 2 to 3. They also discovered an exotic pet shop, where some members of our party learned that there was something amiss about it. So we come back to Bertona about mid-morning, not mid-afternoon, pardon me. I was gonna stumble over that word there. What will you three be doing at the moment?
Camp's just setting up to actually begin business, right?
Yeah, so like in that case, everything's set up. It's more that they're now like opening doors, setting out items. Anyone who's a local shop or a local shop to sell there would be like setting up their tables, their wares, things like that.
I do think that the plan that we didn't get to enact last time isn't too bad. We should check out the places on the list. Partly it's a question of places that may have been hit, but, just to see what I can see and sense what I can sense, so to speak.
So to speak, that sounds like a really good idea. Did you let anyone else in on your morning adventure?
Are they interested?
Tess is over her headache.
That is good to hear.
Basically, it seems to me that Tess and Lida were indifferently interested in the whole thefts issue. I could be wrong about that. Basically, what I'm saying is, if they ask me, I'll tell them, and if they don't ask me, I'll just think they're not interested. It's not, like nothing's a secret, I just don't know if I'm supposed to throw it at them.
That's up to you guys. I mean, Tess might be interested in the sense of being a rogue, and hey, there's people stealing this town, and that could be you. What are they doing on your turf? And Lida, I believe, was really interested in the dog to throw things at, but I could be wrong if she's captured an interest in anything else now. She's also wearing wicked goggles, so that's her player, not her character.
The goggles are everything.
Goggles are everything. So what do you two say? Are you interested in what Valley has done in the morning about the stores, or are you interested in other things?
Well, I mean, I'm willing to go back to town. I still need to get my dog. So,
I need to find out who's stealing on my turf.
Well, okay then. I'm not really a fan of that last thing, but...
but you're okay with my dog hunting. But okay.
really depends what you mean by
To the
get.
pet store.
I'm okay with pet stores.
I like
But-
that it's dog hunting, but it's actually, not.
Yeah.
But without... no, not without. So yeah, let's basically just go back for another round of whatever we're going to do in the town, including visit places and get pastries, because I'm standing by, definitely want pastries. And, but, give me about 15 in-game minutes to check on... So, yeah, in-character be... just give me a few minutes to check on everyone first. Just... Valley is going to go do her job for a couple of minutes first.
Okay. Valley is gonna go check on the people that she has to check on. The fire eater who burned themselves, not quite eating fire properly.
You're not actually supposed to swallow it.
And some other people that just got minor cuts, scrapes, and whatnot during setups. They seem to be doing well. Like, you're just keeping track that there's no actual infection and what have you. Sorry, the chat's actually talking about your dog hunting. It is quite entertaining at the moment. I should stop staring at that, but I don't care. It's like, great, dog hunting. Yep, dog hunting. And...
So, I do want to go back to that pet shop too.
Yeah, I'm sure you all want to go back to that pet shop. So, from that point on then...
Yes, we all want to go back to the pet shop. And there we're going to... Pet creatures! We know there's evil there. They have cats.
Well, one of the
I've
cats
got a
is with
cat,
your...
I know.
I was gonna say, one of your cats is with the caravan right now. And we'll have to see how that, if you still think it's evil after that kind of thing. I mean, as I was saying, we left
cat.
up in Bertona. Valia and Mudkicker last had gone to explore.
Cats
and-
don't come in
oh,
good
Jesus,
alignment.
Things, stuff and things. So, I can hear
my husband in the
myself,
background,
someone,
by
by the way, he's giving me little notes, what the hell is this stuff happening? I can hear myself talking in the background. Oh my god, okay. My thing had not muted yet. I do not know why my stream not muted yet. That was really weird, and I feel weird that I sound like that. Okay, so Valia's checking on her patients really quickly. Well, quick-ish, I guess, before you guys go to town. You guys have a few spare moments, Lida and Tess, is there anything you want to do before the three of you go to town, or are you just going to be content waiting until Valley is done and joining you so you all three can go somewhere?
Is there a tent that has like costumes for different acts in the carnival?
Yeah, you can find that around by the main tent, the main kind of stage tent area. Well, a few tents together, you'll have a little area back there, like a dressing room with a bunch of costumes.
Would those costumes be available to all of the carnival staff?
Not everyone can handle them. They're very intense.
They're all accessible. Now, are you trying to ask if you have permission to take them? Might be the better question. But they're all there, and everyone has access to the room that they're all in.
Do I have permission?
Depending on what costume you need, and as long as you're not taking it while someone's actually going to need it, you should be fine. No one's going to actually... It's not necessarily permission as no one's going to notice or overly care as long as you don't destroy it or take it from someone who needs it right that moment for an act.
I was actually wondering if there was a vast array of costumes that I could possibly make myself a disguise kit from that.
Ooh. Well, you could make yourself a disguise, yes. You could definitely make yourself look different. You'd be able to find things that would cover your hair. Definitely there's makeup for performers and whatnot. You could disguise a bit more about your facial features and your look and general things like that, as well as clothing that you could fill out, tuck in, pull around as necessary.
Alright, I will take myself some of that.
Alright. Are you going to be putting it on right now, or...?
No, I'm just gonna keep that, in one of my backpacks or something.
Okay.
Just to have for later.
Alright, then I will also note that you did that for any roles you decide to do later, to take that into account.
Save that guy for later.
Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Nothing at all. I know you. Okay. Off we go now to the three of you. Are you back then gathering and heading into town, or Lida, did you have something you want to do quickly?
No, I mean, I'm pretty ready to go. My act doesn't start until later.
You are.
I have everything pretty much ready.
You're an evening show, so no worries about that.
Yeah.
Alright. Valia, once you... like this. It's a circus. If you don't have a full disguise assortment, including Lich King and Hippie Atlantean, I will be shocked. If you do not have Hippie Atlantean, you would be shocked. Anyway, the three of you then would gather together once more. Valia, your people are doing well. Your fire eater is still kind of sore about that and doesn't really have the words to speak to you. It's almost like, I think the cat has his tongue, but really we don't know where that is yet. It hasn't been found yet.
He's sore about it? What, you mean he's all burnt up?
Yeah, it's just, it's painful to hear him. He just keeps beating himself over to death with it. And into town you all go. Where will you want to go first on your nice
Bakery.
workshop list? How did I know that would happen? So you guys are going to a place called Need a Massage. If you've ever been to those old kind of... We have one here, I love it. It's like Cobb's bread and whatnot. We also have one on Granville Island. Abby, I don't know if you know that one. That, bread affair or something like that. It is gorgeous. I love it. You walk in, it's got like the wood counters and loaves and bread and buns just hanging out all over the place. That's what you go when you enter this place here. It smells great. Clearly they're still baking throughout the whole day. It's like, it's heaven to walk in there. There's cinnamon rolls and there's just little things. I don't know if you guys know them from like Chinese bakeries, but they're called Mexican buns and things like that. And buns with all sorts of meats in them.
Do the Mexican bakeries sell Chinese buns?
Yeah, I wonder about that sometimes. Because I know in the Chinese bakeries they're called Mexican buns. I don't know why. They're really tasty. They have little stuff on top. We actually have a purple bean paste weird bread thing here right now. It's really good. they have those kind of things too, like multicolored like loaves with little swirls in them. If you know the cinnamon swirl loaves, they're like that, but there's a whole bunch of different ones like berry swirl and oh my gosh, they look amazing. And that's called Need a Massage. And the person behind the counter, a younger gentleman, kind of probably mid-20s to late 20s area, human, tanned, and just kind of looks up at the three of you as enter and how can I help you today?
So he sort of gave us a funny look, or is that?
No, is he kind of coming out of the back, like, you know, dusting the hands off, like, oh, hi, how can I help you today? Like, semi not quite expecting people, there's a fair in town.
Well, a couple of things. The first thing, to be honest, is I kind of wanted that and that and that and that and that.
Okay. He pulls out a bag, does a little swish thing, and starts putting things into, well, it's more like a cloth thing, you fold them up and away you go. Because not really quite paper bags.
Bread's a relatively cheap thing, right?
Yes.
Breads and buns, and even sticky buns and so forth.
Yeah, you'll be able to get quite a lot for a pretty penny, so to speak.
So a gold piece worth is quite a bit.
Oh yeah, you'll get a lot for a gold piece. You can probably get at least one of everything in the store for a gold piece worth. If that is what you so desire.
Pretty much.
Alright, so you are ordering pastries. That will take
Bring
you a
something
bit.
for the- Bring something for the patients. I also do want to ask a few questions, but I don't know. Maybe I should wait until he's finished.
You can try asking him as he's grabbing stuff, because you're pointing things out and whatnot. You can ask while, you know, depending on what the other two want to do and whatnot. You can ask questions. The other two of you can, like, wander around or go in here and do whatever. This is your world as much as it's mine. Do what you will.
We're with a business that recently opened up in town. We heard there were some robberies around here. Did you hear anything about that? You didn't get hit, did you?
I knew about them, but I have not been hit. I really want to say no, but no, we have not been hit. I knew of them, though. It's a few of the people around here I've been talking about it. What business are you with? I don't think I've seen you around.
Oh, the carnival.
Yes. We're supposed to have a stand out there later today. I'm gonna try. Yeah, we haven't been hit. We knew some people that had been. Damn shame about it.
Do you know who? Was there a friend of yours? I mean, I just want to make sure there's not something we should be worried about.
You know... you know, I don't... Well, the carnival is kind of a hit and thing in town to kind of move pretty quick through it. I wouldn't be... Well, I can't tell you whether you should or should not be worried about it. From what I know of people, they usually go into actual buildings, so maybe you guys will be fine in that regards. But hey, I don't know what they want or what they do in that kind of regards. So who am I to say what they will or will not do? Let's just see here if I actually have a list of the names I gave for... I do not have a list of names I gave for that kind of thing. Bwahaha. As for the swords that got missed, or got hit, there's been a few, I gotta say. I can give you the names of the ones I know of. I don't know all of them, I just know there's been some that have been. And... yeah, there's been two guys I talk to pretty regularly at the tavern and what have you that have been talking about it. He gives you the list of their name. He gives you the store list. There's just two of them, and he gives you the list of the people he knows from there as well. I'll get you the names in just a moment here. He goes, those are the guys I've heard about it from. Well, not recently, just in general, kind of thing. Like those are the ones I know of for sure that have talked to me about it. So basically, what? Yeah, if that makes sense to you, what he's basically saying is, it's like, hi. This is all they tell me. This is all I know. Just these two guys who said things to me.
Oh yes, I get it. It's good. So that means I've just got one other thing to do in this place. I'm talking to Jill and not to the guy. I can't remember the name of it all of a sudden. That's weird. Magic Paladin Spidey Sense.
Detect. Divine detecting.
Thank you.
Here's a list of all the stores that someone robbed. I love
Well,
having our chat people involved.
My plan was to do that anyway, just in case there was anything hinky in a supernaturally obvious way in that area.
So in the detect around this store, nothing seems hinky about it. Nothing seems weird. You can, with your sense, you kind of get the idea that it's pretty on the level. They are a bakery. They sell a bunch of baked goods.
Well, whether they're on the level, I'll decide that later when we start eating them.
Whether the baked goods are on the level, there it is. You might find something terrible in there. But yes, that's... At the moment, it seems pretty much that, yeah, they're okay. They're on the level. Nothing comes off as weird or unusual, or that they could even be lying to you about things in that way. Like, he seems like he's been pretty upfront with you.
And pay. I paid.
So the names that I'll give you here. Let's see here. Bahahaha. I
Is
totally
that
have the-
bahahaha with one H or three?
No, I'm just actually. I totally like having lists ready for these kind of questions. Oh, absolutely, I have them right here. Because I'm on the wrong computer.
Oh. Sorry?
Not your fault. It's. Oh my god, it's okay.
I could be satisfied with just the buns if that would help.
Well, you guys can move on to the next place if you want while I give you the stuff. Like I said, he did give you two names, and he did give you the two stores.
Yeah, I
that they
don't.
Go to, so.
I can wait to hear the official information. I wasn't planning to act on it just yet.
Yeah, so you guys can go to wherever you wish to go next, or do whatever you'll have to next, or ask any other questions if anyone else has any other questions to ask.
Are you done sampling the buns?
Sampling? And that's in character, by the way. Sampling, because Valia's got a sack of buns and with various fillings and stuff at this point.
Bring your bun sack.
I'll have you know it is a perfectly good bun sack. Here, let me show you. It has perfectly good buns. I offer her buns.
I realize now I should have used this for me.
I just push her away. I'm ready to go. I got dogs to look at.
Okay.
That's not one of the stores, but I realized I should have used that as one. Those of you that can't see it, the Philosopher's Scone.
It's best if you put it with alcohol. It's the magical alchemical food that can turn Bud Light into Goldschlager.
I just walk out the door. I'm ready to go.
Is Tess there?
Yeah, I've been listening intently to all this interrogation thing. Stuff.
Are you tasting the buns?
She's welcome to. I offer them both buns.
I will take a bun and taste it.
It is so good. So tasty. Like, it's the kind of bun where it's like, it just has a little bit of warmth still in it, so clearly it's not quite fresh out of the oven, but it's still in the warmth of that area and a little bit melty and whatnot. It tastes amazing.
I regret not having them in real life now.
We have some here and I'm like, oh my god, I want buns so bad right now. Can you tell I'm a little hungry? I'm a little hungry.
Episode 2, The Fictional Bun Adventure. Yeah, but we're done with the bakery, so
Yep. Where do you want to go next?
I'm prepared to let them lead us with a certain amount of impatience to the pet shop if that's where they want to go.
Woo! Yes. Let's go.
Alright, to the pet shop you guys do return. One of the people that is there was someone that was there yesterday. Another person is not the same person that was there yesterday, so they
Maybe
don't.
they forgot.
The person who is there does recognize you from yesterday. The other person kind of looks at you and looks at them
She
and looks
left
at
an
you.
impression.
Oh, you left an impression.
I always do.
The person who does remember you just kind of looks at the three of you and like, yes. And simply just watches Lida to make sure she does not throw knives at the dog.
I give the guy a helpless shrug.
Tess just goes to check out the animal.
Okay.
She remembers that they are a little too intelligent than what you would normally expect. So can I make another investigation on that?
You absolutely can.
I think I'd better stay clear of where the dogs are.
Ooh, 21, how's that?
That's pretty good. So yeah, from remembering, so you kind of have an idea of what to look out for in the sense of like, you remembered that, you know, they seemed a little different than what you'd expect an animal to be from last time. And you do start realizing as you watch a few of them very closely, they're not really, if you've been to a pet shop like in, you know, current times I'm talking about whatnot, and you know how like if you go near the dogs and what have you, they'll actually, if they know you're there, they'll try and like pay attention to you, like pay attention to me, like, I want pettings, I want love, I want food, I want this, like a puppy kind of being like that. You'll also notice the animals here, there don't seem to be any babies. Like there's no puppies, there's no kittens, there's no younger animals. They're all more matured.
Well, I feel a bit more at home.
So that's what
Tess
you
will
notice when you find them.
inquire to one of the people there, like, oh, why are there no puppies or, yeah, puppies or kittens?
We choose not to sell them at that age. We prefer them for the sake of the people who want familiars to have animals that have come ready for training and some training already with them. We do find that when they're puppies and kittens and babies and very much too young to sell, they do not make very good familiars, and as pets we sometimes get them back later in life anyways. It's just become easier to avoid that step.
I see.
Wouldn't they be more obedient to their owner if you got them young? I mean,
Oh, our animals are quite intelligent and very obedient.
What kind of training do they receive?
Well, it depends on what they were required for. We generally, when we're doing for familiars, we generally have contact with the magic user in question who wishes them and asks what they will be needed for. We try to keep them out of combat, of course. We do wish all our animals safe and happy lives, and there's a sideways glance to like Lida at that point, kind of thing. Oh, they remember. This one remembers. But otherwise, we do train them to, depending on what the wizard needs, scope out necessary things, help with certain spells and what have you, test actually their magical capabilities in themselves and their uses for whatever the wizard or warlock or sorcerer needs.
Usually, courage, a heart, and brains. There's always some kind of buyer.
There's always some kind of buyer for a variety of things, yes.
Jalen, I'm going to question. Does magical paladin spidey sense? Yes, I remember what you said, but I think I'll just call it that now. Have a intensity aspect to it, like a hot or cold type of thing. The closer you get to a source of disturbance, the more intense it is. Stuff like that.
What I recall is it's more that you just know within a certain area. It doesn't go hot or cold. It's just that you actually have a range, so you only would know within a specific range of things that go on, or you can direct it at someone/something and know something is going on. You won't get a hot or cold, so you can't really walk around the store and go like, this animal seems bad and this animal seems good in that kind of way. It's more in the sense of you know something is up here.
This animal is good, this animal is bad. This budgie over here is a complete bastard.
I'm making that a quote. Thank you very much. Once I get everyone their little mini pictures, I'm using that.
Did we quote her thigh pun?
Her thigh pun?
Our
said
first
something
session when I
last
got my
week.
tattoo. Oh man.
Oh yeah, I have to actually go over at some point too and listen to them and write down quotes and not, because I know I've missed a bunch that people have said, and it's like I should turn that into quotes.
I just say stuff. If you want to do something else with it, that's up to you.
Merch! Anyways, yeah, because that's what we're doing. We're doing the, whatever the rat bastard thing I was saying from last week.
I remember that.
Yeah, that was being made into something about the rat bastard in Latin. Sorry, someone in chat just went, the badger next to the budge is like, you have no idea. So, side story, I apologize to everyone for this.
This budgie's a complete bastard. You have no idea.
So, sorry, side by stories quickly at work. We have someone at work who keeps one of our little work fridges beside a desk. Just disastrous. Like, you open it and it smells like the spawn of Satan shit inside the fridge. Pardon my French, but it's a channel. And so our poor artist that sits in the same corner, we went to like talk about cleaning the fridge and whatnot and helping him. He's like this. He's hunched over his desk. He turns to us and like, help me! Like, that's what I'm picturing this badger right now. It's just like the budgie's the bastard and the badger's like, you have no idea.
Call the police.
Anywho, back to the thing. So yeah, your paladin sense that it's tingly does not have a hot cold on it. No, you just know that something is up here, whether it's with the shopkeeper or the shop or the pets or the cages.
But you did say I could. Well, you did say I could direct it at something.
You can direct it at someone or something specifically. You'll actually like keep doing that kind of thing, though, if you want to use it that way.
I'm going to keep doing that kind of thing, and I'm going to basically, Valia is going to do that at every reasonable creature that's here, and the guards, and the prisoners, prison guards, clerks.
The clerks.
They have guards because of me.
They now have guards because of Lita.
And basically, let Tess and Lita do what they're doing at the time. But I'll keep an idea on Lita in case things get, shall we say, edgy.
All right, 1 second here. I'm just going to adjust something here for a. Okay, I know how I'm gonna do this. Okay, the first clerk, pick high or low, please.
Hi.
All right, and the second one, please.
Low.
Yep. Okay. One. So, from the one you detect that, and the first one especially is actually where it is. From the one you detect, they are a magic user. So likely when they talk about familiars and what people would need from familiars, you kind of get the sense that they would know what they're talking about, what people would need for a magical familiar, and we can set it up that way. But you also get that their magic is quite something that's going on around here, if you know what I mean, kind of with what I'm saying. It's with the detect, that one person, the first one you went to, is connected. And now for the pets specifically, we are going to do another roll for that. Okay, now this is what we're doing for the pets, so we're gonna do again another high, low.
If you want to do a series of them, just assume high for all of them from now on.
Nope, just gonna do the
To make
one
it
for this
quicker.
one. Just for this one.
Alright,
This is gonna be for all the marbles with the pets. Alright.
That was quite a few marbles.
That was quite a few marbles. Well, it's kind of, if you're gonna go through them one, I'm not gonna make you do all of them. We're gonna go high, low, high, low, high, low.
No, I thought you'd have like a handful that mattered type of thing, but one for everyone works for me.
Well, I'm not gonna do the one for everyone. I'm just gonna do the one mark of high, low to see how well you're kind of picking up on things for the ones as you're going through them. Because I'm kind of getting, for this one I'm getting the idea where you've moved away from the people and now you're shifting more to the things in a way. I know pets aren't things. Don't lynch me. PETA, don't be paying attention. It's just that for them you're kind of just, I'm putting the animals into one swoop as you kind of go this instead as a whole, as opposed to just you're tapping on a pet, tapping on a pet, tapping on a pet and doing it. So in this case, about...
Alright, I'll do a binary search of the pets.
Oh no! About a quarter of them, if you thought something was weird about the store in the first place, about a quarter of the pets seem connected in the same way to that kind of magic you had going on with that first clerk that you tested.
Could it be as simple as those are the familiars? You guys been training familiars. What is going on with Ashley's sound?
What is going on with my sound?
Yes, it's doing a little kind of scratchy tappy thingy.
It's making voices and not your voice. I'm not sure I can do an impression of it.
Sounded like Perry the Platypus.
Sure. Fine. Okay, I don't know what that is. It was that. Yeah.
Phineas and Ferb.
Herb?
There are actually people outside my apartment window right now, so I'll just kind of mute in between my
Tell
talking.
them to go away.
You are busy
Yeah,
right
I-
now. They should leave you alone.
I tune them out. That I didn't even notice because I'm just so used to tuning them out. But I will mute so as not to bother people.
I have to admit it was a tiny bit distracting. Hopefully they will go away and stop being ordinary people.
Alright, so that is what you have learned so far when dealing with all of the lovely pets and your informations.
That's probably going to take a while. By the way,
That's probably
I'll
gonna take
offer
a
the I'll offer the clerks some buns, and then I, the player, will step back and let the others have a go.
Well, you know what? The one clerk, the one that was not there yesterday with everybody, does accept a bun. The one who is kind of still watching things. She's like, no, thank you.
Fair enough.
All right, and what are the two of you doing now?
Look, if Paladin's handing out pastry is wrong, I don't want to be right.
I'm not saying it's wrong. They don't know you're a paladin.
Why does that matter?
The clerks have no idea that they should trust this person absolutely for a paladin. Anyways,
Oh, I see. I'm not making a thing of it anyway.
I know, I'm cracking a joke. Lida and Tess, what are you up to?
I've already done what I can do, so I guess I'm stepping back with Valia.
I'm sorry. I had to. Okay.
I'm gonna start tracking these things and then we'll just add them up at the end of the night. Tick, tick, tick.
Lida just walks up to the counter, takes every knife that she has on her possession, about 57 of them.
That's a lot of
Just a-
knives. Wow, okay. Sure. What are you doing with that many knives?
None of your business. What does she do with that many buns?
No, like, I'm actually asking as a DM, asking Sarah Lynn, not Lida, what are you doing taking out all these knives? Like, what's your plan here?
I mean,
And what I'm doing with the buns is distributing them to people, which I want you to not do with the knives, please.
I'm not distributing them. I'm like, here, look, I won't throw anything in your store. What I do after is my own business. I'm gonna go look at your dogs. Do you have one with one eye?
Yes, we do.
Can I have him?
I know they're never going to say this, Jalen, but I cannot shake from my brain the image of one of the clerks saying, "No, but we have plenty with 2 eyes and a do-it-yourself kit."
Oh god.
Lida is the do-it-herself kit.
I'm pretty sure they've made it clear that they
I would
disagree.
not. I would not. Ever.
I've noticed
My
that.
dog came with one eye.
The second clerk, the one that, again, like, this is the one that has not been looking at you side-eyed the whole kind of way, just takes you back to where the dogs are and whatnot. And yes, there's, again, a mature dog with the one eye, missing an only one eye there. It does look like it was kind of, well, roll perception for me, please. Let me see how much we can get off, before I go too far with that descriptive.
Oh god.
I've noticed that the names of most of the shops around here are the kind of thing that if I said it, you'd threaten me with some kind of loss of XP.
I would never. I like puns, you know that, especially witty ones. Now, my DM would threaten you with loss of XP. Okay, thank you very much for that. I think you
I would
rolled a
never
1
make
there.
it past level 1 with your other DM.
I like puns. I reward puns. You should know that by now in some small ways. Or I laugh too hard to do anything about them. So that's looking like you rolled, am I guessing a 1 or...
No, I rolled a 6.
You rolled a 6. Okay, you add 1. Never mind. I'm trying to figure out what the little parentheses means. So basically a dog with the one eye, what have you. Oh yeah, there it is. It's on my screen now. Ta-da! Hello, Friday! Jalen pays no attention to anything.
I need
The
to
one I dug,
remember
but
that you do that.
Not pay attention to anything or weird voices?
That voice.
Hello! Yeah. I'm not nearly as voice talented as Abby is, but I do what I can for the weird shit. My talent comes with being able to roll and all really that. So anyways, yeah, what you'd notice for the one-eyed dog and what have you with it is it's a bigger dog, pretty fluffy, it's off-white fur, for the read of what it is. It would be kind of like the size of a... I want to say kind of the size of a German Shepherd. And its eye is just, there's nothing around it, like, it's not like it's open with missing an eye, it's not like a scratch or anything like that, there's no wound to it, it just is a closed eye.
Perfect.
So. And the clerk just
I'll
kind of
take
starts
it.
looking at it. Very well, I kind of looks at the other clerk, looks at you for a second, like, what are your plans with the dog?
Well, I'm a part of a traveling circus.
I wonder if that counts for us or against us.
Very well, and they just kind of go to ring you up, and the clerk's like, looks at the other clerk's like, fine, she's not throwing things in our store, please do not harm the dog. And goes
Is
to
the
ring you.
dog... just out of curiosity, is the dog like a German Shepherd? Mix type of thing? Or is it
It's
sort of fuzzy? Or
It's mixed, it's fuzzy, it's kind of the fluffy, it's on the fluffier end of stuff where it comes to that, so not quite a German Shepherd. It's kind of around that size, but if I'd have to call it anything, I'd call it like a mix between that and an Eskimo braid, where that's like really big puffball kind of style, but not as big a dog as those kind of guys. 'Cause I think German, yeah.
so she's bought Floof the one-eyed puppy.
Yes. Not a puppy, just Floof the one-eyed.
See, now it's,
So it
now
takes me
now
about
it sounds
5
like
minutes.
a dwarf's name.
No! So it takes me about 5 minutes to put all my 57 knives back where they go. And let's go, Odin.
Alright then.
I'm curious to know what Tess has been up to.
Tess joined you. She had done an investigation, then she joined you.
Oh.
I believe.
which was...
I did my investigation already.
Alright, so all three of those things happened basically simultaneously, right? 2 investigations and 1 slightly confusing dog purchase.
Yeah, the dog purchase came about when you started going through and doing kind of a little checking on the animals. So the dog was
Keep an eye on that
purchased.
budgie.
The budgie just kind of stares you down like budgies do.
Yeah, right. Budgie with the claws on 1 foot, right? Going like this.
And the badger's just kind of curling up like, that's terrible. That's terrible. But yeah, that all kind of took place around roughly within the same kind of time span. So then, if you're ready to leave the pet shop, you do so with a dog in tow. And the dog, you're probably gonna have to put it on a leash for a little while. Cause he's not gonna automatically just follow you out the gate because he doesn't. The dog doesn't know the name Odin. You just suddenly call the dog Odin, and away we go. But
No, but there's probably 2 chances in 3 the dog will automatically follow me at the moment.
the dog will automatically follow the rest of you at the moment. Well,
I don't mean that the dog will follow a paladin because magic. I mean the dog will follow anyone carrying a large sack of food.
Yeah, you have an easier go with that one. But yeah, you get the
And-
dog and out the door, and away you go. What do you 3 do outside the pet shop now?
Give the dog a meat bun. If he wants it. It's a dog, so I assume yes.
He has a sensitive stomach.
How would you know that?
They told me at the pet store. You think I just wanted this dog and not gonna care about it? Come on now.
Hey. I hand the bun to Lida. She can eat that or feed it to the dog or whatever. It'll work.
Alright then.
Okay.
Okay? Alright.
Will she be offended? Will you be offended if I just throw the bun?
Yes. Not for the reason you're thinking.
I'm not for a bun person.
I'll eat your buns.
Best possible resolution, creepily delivered. I approve.
I just hand the bun over to Tess. Here you go.
Thanks.
I'll eat your buns.
Wow, wow. Wow, 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 wow.
It's like the cheeser for Bunsick Instinct.
Oh.
I'm terrible with puns, but I mean, I can be really fucking creepy if you want me to be.
No, that was funny. That was funny. Creepy, yes, but also entertaining. I'm all for it. I shouldn't be, but I am. Alright. Where to next?
Or in the words of mine and I believe Jalen's favorite fictional starship captain, morbid and creepifying I got no problem with, long as she does it quiet like.
Well. She tends to make things not go smooth.
Yes.
Alright, you 3. You leave the pet shop now. 1 bun less, thank you, Tess. 1 dog more, thank you, Lida. And 1 budgie watching you carefully, thank you, Valia.
Now, I have a dilemma. A very much
Are you
in
out of
character.
buns?
Oh, that won't be for a while yet.
Oh, okay.
Although it would be wrong to say Valia hasn't snarfed a couple. But, you know, she's also not... That's just, no. The dilemma is, I think something is bad at that location. If
Well, I mean, I got my dog. I'm good.
if the tingly sense is anything to go by, my god thinks something bad is going on at that location. I have absolutely no authority to investigate it, and no proof. Not even any evidence of any kind, except magical paladin sense, and it's very difficult to convince people with that. Because, you know, it's identical to a delusion, except it happens to be real, and, well, that's not a good argument.
I also feel that something's up. but I also have coverage.
Lydia doesn't really care. I mean, she's got her dog. She's good.
So 2 of 3 think something is weird in this shop. What are you guys gonna do?
Unfortunate. We might not be able to do anything about it. What time is it now in game? Somewhere in the vicinity of noon?
Somewhere in the vicinity of noon. I was just gonna actually, let you guys know that after visiting the bakery and visiting the pet shop, you're a little north of noon still, so you're still kind of morning area, but not by much. If it's, what have you.
I kind of want to visit Goods shop. That's these are the what you put on Slack. Those are the 2 places that the clerk told me, right?
Yep.
All right.
Good shop.
Then, which I will now read out on account of the other 2 were there to hear it anyway.
Yep.
I think you put that in in my personal one. So
Or put in your personal one now.
yeah, so the shops were Good Shop, with an E on the first good, run by a Mr. and Mrs. Bartlett, and the other one is the Clever Cleaver, run by someone named Daisy.
Weapons
Both
shop.
of which, well, yeah, it did seem to be, both of which are kind of interesting sounding. I already have questions for both of them that have nothing to do with the actual mystery at hand.
I'll come along.
I have nothing
Do
else
we-
better to do.
What kind of schedule are we expected back on?
In the case of Tess and Dahlia, you guys are expected just to be around for the show, but as you don't really participate in it much, Tess is like a crowd person and keeping an eye on those kind of things for the most part, and you're there as in case shit goes sideways. It's just suggested that you are there. Lida, however, actually has to be back in time, but the show is going to begin, which it starts around a dusk area, so you still have a bit of time, a few hours definitely before that kind of starts, because she actually participates in the show. So you still have enough time, yes, to visit the shops if that's basically what you're asking. Unless you spend a lot of time in one of them, and I mean a lot of time.
A friend of mine in a chat that no one else can see just described Valia as a pastry worshipping paladin, forcing me to point out, no, pastry snarfing. Worship is different. I don't eat my gods. Very, very difficult to get down. It's... Divinity causes indigestion.
Oh, I am naming a tavern that. Anyways, go ahead. Not that! Sorry, I found something else. I keep just acquiring names for everything as I go through finding names for things. Go on.
Another friend of mine, I must mention that, immediately said, well, Catholics eat their god.
So do Lutherans.
It's common.
The
It's a
body of
Christian
Christ.
thing. It's very strange.
Yeah. May the body of Christ be with you. And in your gut.
Anyway, okay, well, unless the others want to do something different, I'd like to visit the Goods shop.
I think the 2 of you have said you're okay going along.
Yes.
Correct me
Yep.
if I'm wrong. Alright, you are off to Goods shop. So in the town sense of what have you, if you're all paying attention to roll one die, kind of little thing here and what have you. The nice little map here that's in front of you in the big large town. Your merchanting area is kind of where it's more wide open and things like that, because you don't have as many set shops as you do as little carts and stuff that roll in. So this bottom corner here is mostly kind of more of the merchant area and whatnot. Goods shop is actually one of those cart places anyway. For being called a shop, think of it as a wagon, more likely. It's stable, it's stuck in there. It looks like it hasn't moved, yes, in months, and in fact, it's starting to show that on the outside in little small ways, you know, just things that are stuck in, mud around the edges, stuff that's sunk down and stuff like that. But still definitely just a large wagon, or as would possibly be up here, like a trailer, one of those house trailers, trailer park style things, or a double wide. So they probably live there, eat there, all that kind of stuff there, and have the store attached to it. In all the true sense of good wagons, it has a rounded little slope area, but it's definitely a one-floor shop, wide open, roomy area. The shelves you can see along the sides, through the middle when you walk in. There's quite a lot of space for things. There's actually pretty full of stuff though. Like for being a spacious shop, it's almost like a used bookstore crammed of stuff too in the same way. You can get through the aisles, you can see that everything's there, but on the shelves themselves, it's just filled with stuff. All over the place. And that is Goods shop. Welcome. Behind the counter right now is Mrs. Bartlett, as name as you got. Mr. does not seem to be around at the time. She is a elf.
Mrs. Bartlett is an elf.
Mrs. Bartlett is an elf.
Okay. Going to assume she married a human, I suppose. Because I'm pretty sure Bartlett isn't elven.
It is not elven.
If it is, my high school physics teacher would have some questions to answer.
Oh, did I pick the same name as one of your teachers? Beautiful.
As it happens, in high school, my physics teacher was named Mr. Bartlett, and there was a Mrs. Bartlett who ran the library as well. They weren't related or married or anything. So, pretty sure neither one of them were elves. They were both sort of vaguely shaped like fire plugs, much as everyone where I come from is.
There is a knight called Sir Bartlett in my other D&D game. He's human. Pretty human.
I usually don't play humans, actually. I get to play one for the first time ever in a shadow run, so we're gonna see how that goes. Wahahaha. Anyways, though, so yes, you're in good shop. Mrs. Bartlett is behind the counter, a lovely elf.
What is the stuff?
Now, the goods shop sells between kind of knick-knacky things, fabrics, pots, pans, general housery type things, as well as just general goods. Like, it is the kind of stuff where it's like you'd have I'm trying to think, like dried goods, things like that in bulk orders and what have you. Like when you have, if you think of like an old general store kind of way, like you'd see in like Anne of Green Gables and that kind of stuff, that's kind of the goods shop. A bunch of variety of different things, especially like different food stuff that are dried goods specifically. They don't have a lot of like produce or fresh stuff in that regards. Different fabrics that are brought in from different areas, different things like buttons and sewing stuff and pots and pans and wooden dishes and carved utensils and things like that all over the place kind of stuff. They're mixed between a dollar store, a general store, and a dried goods bulk shop. If you had to imagine them in modern.
So nothing particularly high-end or anything that would be like high-end in this world. This is
AKA
all
not worth stealing.
The items are not worth stealing. It looks like to you guys the items are not much worth stealing, no. If they got robbed from it, you'd suspect likely if they did get robbed, it was probably actually cash, or their own personal items from their living quarters, maybe.
cards on the table. I actually asked that because I was wondering what I could buy here, if anything.
Depends on what you're looking for. You probably could find some minor heal stuff as well. You wouldn't find your high-end major healing things here, but you would find like lower-end stuff. Again, cloth, fabric, depending on what you're looking for.
Don't really need any healing supplies. We filled that up yesterday. Like that was actually what Valia did coming to town the first time.
Yeah, so you would need that kind of stuff. But depending on what you're looking for, like, ask and I'll let you know. Like, pretty much, like I said, as long as it's not fresh goods, there's a good chance you're going to find it here, as long as it's also not high-end stuff.
Coffee.
Those are dry goods, and yeah, you would find coffee. That's more dry good in my mind. Like, sealed up, packaged, away you go.
Alright. Get a little bag like a pound of coffee.
Yeah, that'll probably run you a silver. They wouldn't be bad.
Yep, I know.
Goods like that aren't super expensive.
No.
Are you worried about a food shortage?
Pardon?
Is Valia worried about a food shortage of any kind?
I thought you'd have to ask her.
Yes, I'm terrified that we are going to run entirely out of food. That's why I bought a
buns
pound of
and
coffee
coffee?
so we can live on it for a few days. What are you talking about?
All
This-
you buy
this should
is
be-
buns and coffee. I got a dog.
I like buns and coffee.
Good breakfast.
Yes, exactly.
Well, while they're busy shopping, I'm gonna walk up to Miss Bartlett and just basically, have you been robbed recently? Would you know if you've been robbed recently?
I was gonna do that. Just
It's just
in
kind
the
of
process of
yeah,
buying
we keep an inventory.
thing.
We do keep an inventory, but how did you find out?
We've just been in town, getting ready for our circus, and we've just heard. We just want to make sure that, we're not gonna be next.
Ugh, my husband's been speaking out loud to people again about that. Yes, we were robbed not too long ago. They pretty much just took cash from the lockbox and what have you, our own under lock and key chest. We didn't lose any goods and well, we lost some dried goods, but not much. A few dried meats and pieces like that. Things that wouldn't have been so bad to replace had they taken just that. But yes,
They stole
cash.
dried meat?
Yes, they stole dried goods, meats, and what have you, rations.
And that's all they stole.
Money and rations, yes.
That's actually interesting. Also, I'll buy this, please.
Yep, she takes your silver for the coffee.
Goods and services are trading hands. Our economy is strong. I'm just curious now. I don't know. Would you mind telling us? Was your lock picked or broken?
Well, it's still functional, so if you wish to examine it, feel free to. But it still locks, as good as that is at this situation. Now we just have to have one of us stay awake at night. Apparently it can no longer be my husband. Damn fool might talk too much.
I'm sorry, we don't mean to cause you discomfort. We won't talk to a lot of people.
No worries. I know other people are experiencing it as well, so I suppose it's natural that it'll come up of what places were.
Do we know how recent the last robbery was?
I don't believe any of you have asked out of the guards. They normally just told you that there's been a spree of them. So no one's actually mentioned the most recent one. You can feel free to ask Mrs. Bartlett. She might have information for you. If you are gonna ask her,
I'm going to take her... Sarcastic as it was, I'm going to take her up on that offer to have a look at the lock.
Give me a second. I'm just gonna turn the light in the background here while you guys look at the lock, and I'll let you know. Investigate for me, please.
Okay.
No stealing anything, Tess. Not that they would know.
I could use some help from Tess for this, actually. But I am looking for a specific thing, as well as, Ooh. I am also looking for...
You don't need mine.
Okay, well, you are much more expert about these things than me. The main thing I'm looking for is scratches. Scratches on the edge that would indicate that lockpicks might have been employed here.
What? Ah! What the hell? Sorry, my keyboard just stuck on the L. That was quite interesting to move my hand away. Let me see how good they did on this, actually.
Pretty good.
Well, all three of you did really good rolls.
This lock shall give up its secrets.
Okay, so All three of you do notice a few scratches around the lock. They're very small and slight, but yes, this lock was picked.
Picked.
And Tess especially would definitely know that that's kind of probably what the scratches are from, just from the nature of that is what you do. The rest of you just see some small scratches around the lock, and could be key ones, could be pick ones, but you know, they're kind of really, they're not really sliding around it in gouges. There actually are small, delicate delicate little scratches.
And Tess will convey that.
Good. That's useful. In fact, that means that one of the worst things that could possibly be going on is not happening. The lock was not opened magically. Or if it was by a really very bad mage. So,
Hey, sometimes rolling really well on your lockpick is almost like working magic.
yes, although now I have visions of a shall we say, less than gifted wizard attempting to cast knock on a chest by sticking his wand into the lock and wiggling it about.
Alright, so that's what the three of you discover. I'm just sorry. Wand into a lock is just a terrible thing to think of. There's a bad mental image. Let's, so now that the three of you kind of learned that, where do you go from there?
Well, the last thing before we leave is I'll express my condolences
Off
to...
and off around.
Yeah.
What was that?
Not sure. You'll express your condolences and...
Someone's background, I guess.
Possibly.
Lost my train of thought. Express my condolences and offer her a bun, although I'd be shocked if she says yes.
Yeah, she kind of just politely turns you down, but thanks you for that, and kind of looks around at, like, the rations and whatnot, and, you know, everything in her place. It's like, thank you.
Hey, I'm not saying they're starving.
No,
I'm just thinking everybody would like a nice warm bun.
They need a massage. It's a great place for buns, and it's a wonderful bakery.
I do have one last question, if it's okay. Your husband is a human?
Yes.
Yeah. Very good. Thank you. I hope it doesn't happen again.
We're taking precautions.
The theft, I mean, not marrying a human, that's fine.
I appreciate it.
Skedaddle. Skedaddle.
Skedaddle. Time to skedaddle. Alright. Where and what to next? You're a little bit afternoon. It didn't, again, because all the shops are kind of the same area there, you're not wandering for like hours trying to find one. So, where will you go to next? This is a...
I'm interested. I'm definitely interested.
Bah!
Without her, the world cannot continue.
There
What
she is.
Oh yay!
You were.
Apparently one of Adim's keys on his mouse sends me backwards.
Watch out for
Oh,
that.
is it one of these buttons?
There's a reason I always get mice that don't have those.
Yeah.
Yes.
I reached
yes.
over I reached over to move the mouse and suddenly, boom.
Good.
It's really inconvenient.
Stay here
It
with
was.
us for at least the next 1 3/4 hours.
You kind of need to, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Kinda-
well,
you
the
kinda
world ends with you. Literally.
Literally. Okay. But yeah, so where are we going to next? I am going to actually, though, ask Tess, please make a perception roll.
Bam!
Yeah.
Spidey sense tingling for her too.
Rogues. They are just better than everybody in regards to perceptions at times. It's kind of what they do.
Better lucky than good.
someone is most definitely watching you all.
Oh snap. Okay, well, I will, nonchalantly motion the other two to get, a little closer to me as we walk, and I will, very subtly let them know that we are being watched and followed.
Don't look around. Don't look around.
Do I perceive
If
that
Mudkicker
it's
isn't
just
here,
one-
she would be like trying to talk to him.
Good thing Mudkicker's not here at the moment, but we miss you, Mudkicker!
We do, but she'd be like, "Oh, hi, friends."
Totally look around for the guy.
Oh no.
Hello.
No, I'm not calling out. There's
She
limits.
would. No, she would be.
You're lucky. Anyways.
Tess will quickly point up to a cloud and say, "No, it's right there, Valia. That's the cloud that looks like a dragon."
What? I thought you said. Oh. So it does.
Did I perceive that it was only one person following and watching us?
Yes, you perceive that as one person following and watching you.
I suggest quietly, should we split up?
Oh dear.
I'm not why.
There's only one person following us, and where would he go if we all split up? Who would he follow?
So what? Wouldn't that be just make things more dangerous?
Well, I don't suggest walking into, like, the trees over there. Like, stay in sight, please and thank you, but...
If we stay in sight from one another, one person can indeed still follow all three of us.
Well,
I think we
We're
should
in-
stay together for safety.
okay. You could just say that, but okay.
I just did.
More concise.
More. Stay safe. Group.
Excellent. That was much quicker than the go-around we just had. I'm sure you figured out that we're talking about something. Excellent.
I'm going to herd them towards Clever Cleaver.
Alright.
Like,
Can I
like,
do some...
like the unruly children who are technically much older than me that they are.
What were you gonna ask, Tess?
Can I subtly, like, investigate, like, this person who's following us by, like, furtive glances?
You can try another percept.
Also, surely Lida and I can do that too now that we've been alerted he's there.
Yep, you two can also percept now as well.
Poop!
Oh god.
Nope, he is actually brickwork.
Nope. Tess and Valet, you do notice somebody following you. They're not rolling well tonight.
Oh.
Jesus.
Huh.
What do we see on the someone?
They are small. They are halfling size, so they're about the height of Mudkicker. I believe. Yeah, Mudkicker's a half. No, Mudkickers are gnome, pardon me, so they're slightly
Mudkickers
taller.
and gnomes, even
Mudkickers
smaller. Lida is a halfling. It says so
Lida's a
right on the
halfling.
label there.
Is it
I'm looking at over here.
Right.
It's really not
Just
there.
Lida.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Lida the
V.
halfling. Yeah, you're
Lida
seeing
the
someone who's about.
halfling.
Sorry, I'm looking at this screen here while my information is, and the
Look
camera,
right
so I can
here.
pay attention. And looking, Lida the halfling. So this person is about the size of Lida, from what you can see. They do look like they are
Lida,
trying.
Jake, Tess.
So they're kind of Lida.
Odin, yeah, right.
Ah,
Yeah, but the size of Lida. halfling size, what have you, kind of small. They seem to be trying to dart through the crowd and hide in the people there. But it's not going very well, obviously. So Lita does not see them, but Valley and Tess, yeah, you do see this person attempting to hide and move around. And on that, let's actually see. Literally. They, however, also notice that they are being noticed.
Well, they're certainly going to notice when I attempt to walk right up to them.
Ooh.
Tess will do the same. May I take the lead, or do you want to?
Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, Tess will walk right up to him and,
Assuming it's a him.
well, halfling thing, creature.
Racist.
Hey!
Just call the halflings it?
Yes.
That's insulting.
I love you, Lida.
You're a fantasy racist.
Okay, well, I've got a halfling to interrogate here. I'm gonna roll intimidation and ask this halfling why
We have
he
to
or
catch.
she is following
We have
us.
to catch the bugger first, right?
Yeah, you're running at them and they've noticed you. Noticing them. Screw stealth. They're gonna take off running at this point that they noticed you and now you're coming towards them. They are running.
I throw a bun.
Dexterity, please.
Dexterity?
Just a straight dex check. I'm trying to think of
Right.
what it'd actually be specifically, but we're gonna go straight dex check.
It would be a lobbed weapon.
Which is ranged
It-
finesse.
Yes, it would be technically technically I think it is a lobbed improvised weapon subtype pastry.
I would think athletics.
What?
Do you have athletic?
I'm not sure whether you can use them untrained in this world.
It's
I
basically
don't
would
have-
just be your base stat of what athletic would be. So just roll that. Yeah.
Okay.
Just roll that. Let's see if you do it. And the dex is actually just to see how well your aim is. But go ahead, try it.
For me, that's low.
The bun goes sailing. Okay. The bun
Sticky.
The bun does smack them, but not with any major force behind it. It seems that in your trying to aim, you kind of didn't get enough strength behind your aim throw, and you hit them, but they're still moving, and the bun just kind of bounces off and pop, pop, pop on the street and just sits there. This poor, innocent, discarded bun. Away.
I'm sure a dog will deal with that in short order. Possibly the one we just purchased.
Lita pulls out one of her 59 knives and like, ooh, me next.
This person's running, so you may try what you wish.
I guess we'll just give chase.
Do you want me to do strength?
I
and
was-
dexterity as
To be
well?
clear, I was just trying to distract the escapee.
No,
Yeah,
that is
wasn't-
fair and well. With your throwing knives, since they're actually the weapon that you have and specifically to throw, you're not improvising that weapon, I hope.
No.
Because it is your thing. Throw your attack roll. Where are you aiming for, and do you have any bonuses on that?
That's just
I don't
a-
think so. No?
You don't have, what is it? You'd have,
You
like, a
can-
dex or something plus
You
to it,
can.
probably.
Yeah, there should be. I mean, you should have it on your character sheet, right? It's the weapons.
Yeah, let's take a look here really quickly.
By the way, what you just saw me do, Jalen, that's not an actual attack. I was testing the button.
Yeah, under your character sheet, if you actually just click it, like for example, if I actually click your dagger, it actually will roll, for example. So just as an example, so you get a +4, so that was actually a 21 to hit, which hits. Just roll your damage.
Sweet.
And you can just click your damage and it should actually roll it as well. So
No, I think it rolls that one first.
it rolled 2.
Huh.
Huh.
So it's 1d4.
Yeah, because we can ignore those little 2 things. Da da da. And then yeah, you get 1d4 plus 2 piercing. So
It's funny. Mine actually did come up with both an attack and damage when I tested it. Huh.
Why?
so 3.
Yes.
Ah, shit, didn't want to do that.
So seemingly a perfectly aimed dagger that just didn't go in very far.
Yes, it hits them. They kind of hobble a little bit, but they. No, 1 second here. For everyone that's not watching chat, it's kind of right funny right now. They're questioning Lida's choice of what she did. But of
Don't
course they
question me.
I'll see if they continue.
I know her too well to have bothered to do that.
Fine.
Well, they hobble a little bit. They slow down, but they're still
tell the
trying to
chat-
get away.
Tell the chat they shouldn't be too harsh on her. I guarantee you, and when you get to know her, Lida's one of the nicest people you've ever met.
Anywho.
So how about actual hot pursuit?
The actual hot pursuit. So, people are still going in front of you. People are still running in front of you. Roll some initiative, please. I'm not even kidding. Because that's how chase rules work.
Modifier. You wanted to send the result of this roll to the turn tracker. I did.
That was me. There's no turn tracker for this person. So, like, I have it
No,
set up
I
as-
meant an actual message showed up in like the side over there telling me what I wanted to do. It's like, how would you know, you machine?
No, that was actually mine. I have the character you guys are chasing automatically sends it to the initiative, but we don't have that right now. So I am currently setting up. There are no tokens on the table. I realize that. It's okay. There's no tokens on the table because we're not doing it that way. That's the one thing I kind of dislike. In a way. Let's see here. We have chess. What are you doing? That's not correct in that regard. Ah! We don't need to see that. Fine. That's gonna insist on that. Let's actually then go ka-chunk, ka-chunk. For the sake of bringing in,
Oh, we're back to the elemental plane of brown.
indeed, the market area is befitting. And let's add some turns to the table, just because apparently that's what I need for your initiative. Oop, nope, we don't have that person in. No, you don't have to worry about where you actually are on the map. It is just solidly for the sake of... Oh. You have an icon.
Uh-oh.
Why aren't you using it?
Oh, there we go.
How do I do this?
How do you do what?
How do I add any? Oh, I'm already there. Well,
Yep,
imagine
I
that.
moved you in there for the moment. So... There we go. We'll put that person back where they were. Bum-ba-da-ba-ba.
I see no one.
Neither do I.
On the marketplace menu, it's quite...
Yes.
They're quite small.
Yeah, they're pretty tidy. I zoomed in very far to see
Yeah,
them.
they're by the right-hand side. Like I said, you don't have to worry about their placement. They're just there specifically because apparently we need that in order to do initiative. So, right-click a token, add a turn. This would be Tess at 17.
Okay, just to be clear, we're still like chasing this halfling, and now we're attacking it.
Chasing
Sorry.
and attacking, apparently, yes. Chase rules, actually, you would still have rolled initiative even if Lita hadn't let fly the dagger. But, yes, apparently this halfling is now under attack.
Okay, well, I think Tess will try her hand at throwing a dagger.
Can we try to catch them instead?
You could try, but what it is now is that with rolling initiative start, Tess leads it off. So yeah, you get to go first. What would you like to do? You said you wanted to throw a dagger?
I would like to aim at its legs.
Okay, I believe if you're actually calling an aimed shot, you'll be rolling... Well, the DC will be difficult, just so you're aware. If you're going to call an aimed shot at their legs. But, go right ahead. You may try and throw something. Do you have a throw weapon?
Daggers or throw weapons. I do have daggers.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Right.
Your dagger flies wide, dings off the sidewalk beside their leg, and kind of just bounces off to the side, skittering away as they continue running into the crowd.
That ends my turn, correct?
That ends your turn, yeah. You can still move technically, but yeah.
Well,
I'm
I'll just
guessing-
continue.
I'm gonna be, unless you guys say you are not running after them specifically, I'm just assuming you are running after them, if that is okay.
Well, not only am I running after them, I wish to tackle.
Well,
Also, I have the longest legs in this encounter.
you possibly do. What is your speed?
Normal human speed, I presume.
Which is probably 30 then. Well, the halfling goes next actually though, and
Yeah.
though they were hit with the dagger earlier, thank you Lita, they are still running and still attempting to get away. Now, the crowd that they were attempting to hide in before is no longer there for them to hide in now. Thank you so much, people who are throwing daggers and people running through crowds and throwing buns. You have attention. They have no place to really hide. Off they go. They are actually more heading, though, to try and get into the denser area of the city to maybe hide in, like, alleys and what have you. But you're away from there yet. They're still in the lead, though.
So normal human speed is 30? It's not actually on my sheet.
I believe normal human speed is 30. Let me double check that. But most normal speeds,
I mean, I remember the previous edition numbers was 30 for humans, and I think it was 20 for dwarves and gnomes and the really short demi-humans.
yeah, you have 30 speed as a human, Suffs. You have 30. And Azamar you'd still likely have 30.
Yeah, well, I don't think they're speedier than anyone else.
No. As far as I know, there is no race specific who is actually faster than 30. Of any of that I know. Unless it's specifically a fly, something related to that kind of thing. But anywho,
Oh,
there you go.
There's quicklings, but I don't know if they exist in this world.
You haven't seen any before. So, the other person is just, running. That's all they're doing their whole turn. They're running pretty much double speed, so they're trying to move their full and then some speed thing. Lita, it is your turn again. They are about...
Turn again?
Not turn again, sorry. It is Lita's turn, because we're doing, like, the turn order, sorry. So it is Lita's turn next. They're about 40-ish feet ahead of you.
Okay. Would Odin be so obedient that I could send him after them?
Do you have animal handling?
Yes.
Let's see if Odin is obedient.
I wish there was a button here that would let me go straight to my character sheet.
Under...
Now I know where it is. I'm just saying I
Okay.
wish there was a button for that because I keep having to scroll away from the chat to go get it.
I just have it up
Odin?
on another screen.
Odin looks at you and just kind of looks at the runner, looks at you, looks at the runner, and hoofs it, and does like a little at you. Like, you know the dog's kind of little when they sit down? That's what they do.
That's so like him.
Like, they looked back and forth like, I'm giving this serious thought. No, I'm not.
But
I'm not doing this.
Oh, that's handy. Didn't know I could make it pop out in
So-
another window. Useful.
You said he's trying to run into
They're
a more
trying-
dense area.
Yeah, like a more dense building area, so they can weave between buildings, what have you, and hopefully lose you guys in that kind of terrain. Because right now the market is filled with little carts and what have you and things like that, but still pretty wide open otherwise.
Okay. I'm still chasing after him, but I'm gonna see if maybe some of the crowd will help me out if I just scream that, thief, thief! Stop that man! Stop the halfling. Yeah. Maybe they'll stop him.
Let's see.
Deception.
I don't know
Tess
about-
almost has a mini panic attack at the cry of thief. 'Cause she's
I was gonna say, how did Tess do for that one? Let's see here if and you're gonna a few of the guards that are around and whatnot kind of do stop and take a look at what's going on. Like, they're already paying attention. They already were looking like there's people running. What the hell's going on here? And some do join you in a way and go like, what? What the heck's going on here? So you have some there. Kind of finally paying attention. They don't start running right after them right away because they're just joining in the stuff now.
Okay.
But they've noticed, they're paying attention. They're probably going to start in the next round or so. Valia, it is now, unless Lida, you've called that and you've tried to do the command the dog. Valia, it is your turn.
Running flat out. I want to tackle.
So you're going to do a double move?
Whatever it takes.
Because a double move will move you at like 60 feet, so, because otherwise you're 30 and they're about 40 ahead.
Yep.
So you probably have to do a double move to catch up, and then put you in the area to tackle next round. Because,
Good enough.
yeah, you'd be close enough to do a move and action then. So that brings us back to the top of
In fact, the only, and this is not even actually a quibble, but the only difficulty I have there is if we do it strictly turn-based, then on their next turn running flat out, they'll move 40, and then it will be my turn, and they'll be 40 feet away, so I'll have to, etc.
At some point with that kind of thing, it's like if you do flat out, you're doing 60. So even if you do flat out 40, there'll still be a 20 difference between the two of you, and you can catch that in your next round, is what I'm saying in that regards.
Good.
Like, that's what
Okay,
I'm taking into account, is that kind of idea.
I figured. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no worries. That's kind of what I go on, because I'm reading some of the chase rules here and stuff like that, and the overtake and what have you. You would not be able to do your action on overtake, but you would have technically overtaken them in speed in that way. So it's almost as if you are going to be turning around and preparing yourself for them to kind of run by you in a way.
Yes, now all I have to do is resist the urge to make that response be to golf club them with the bun bag.
Don't waste the buns!
I'm not going to waste the buns.
Alright.
I am going to end up dropping my staff, though.
Wah. Tess. Top of turn order. It's your turn.
Okay, Tess doesn't want to, shoot just because Valia is kind of in that area and doesn't want to accidentally hurt her, so she'll double move and kind of be on the opposite side that Valia is on, just to kind of almost corner or like just basically block off a way that the halfling would try to go.
Pincer motion.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Alrighty. So if that's your whole motion then, the other person, seeing that there's really no place to run, they continue trying to run around and what have you. Let's see if I can actually, let's see how this will go. Just a solid, see how slippery they are. The answer is not very. So they are attempting to dodge the two of you, like to see if they can get around and continue their running. Lida, your turn.
I think I'm just gonna keep running. Just keep shouting.
Just keep shouting, stop thief.
Yep.
Alright. Yeah. Okay, Valia, roll strength, please. Cause, yeah, you're trying to grapple them.
Will that do?
Yes. Yes, it will. You have tackled the halfling.
Then if
And the
there is
chase
time,
ends.
then if there is time with... Okay, well, you do it anyway. I was just going to say, if there's
Okay.
time within the round, I would say something.
You can say something. You can still say something.
Hello.
That's all you say?
That is, well, the first thing, but literally, yes. I'm not going to now go silent for the rest of the encounter. I'm just,
Oh, no.
but that is actually the first thing.
Alright.
Grapple! Hello.
Hello. Alright, with that done, yeah, you guys have captured the halfling that was following you.
I've dropped my staff and possibly spilled my buns, so this better be worth it.
And Lida and Tess, you then catch up, and the militia is kind of jogging behind. Some members of the militia, the guards in hand, are kind of just jogging up, and it's like, oh, what is going on? And the halfling is kind of struggling, but you've got a firm grip on them, so you're fine for now.
Yes. Would you care to explain why you were following us?
Can I just look at you? It's like, who says for sure that I was?
We saw you. You weren't very stealthy.
Tess will basically reinforce Valia with some intimidation.
Let's see how intimidating you are.
Not very. Not very at all.
This assailant of ours was inflicted a wound, right?
Yes, they were inflicted a wound. There's a dagger sticking out of them.
Hold still. Heal.
Okay, there. Did someone take the dagger out before you did that?
Well, it's part of the process.
So did you let them go to take the dagger out?
I am envisioning a thing that may not work, which is largely attempting to hold them in kind of a bear hug type of shape, with one arm.
How about Tess just takes it out and hands the dagger to
If
Liv?
Tess reaches over and just goes yank, that is going to work.
Yeah.
Yep, Tess
like
will
that's
do
what
that.
happens.
There,
Ow!
that's my intimidation. Like, yoink.
Not very intimidating, but ow.
That isn't
Alright.
That is not
Lida
necessary.
cleans it off
Heal.
and she goes N59 and then sticks it back.
Oh, good times had by all. And the halfling kind of looks around at all of you. It's a she, by the way. Female
I kind of
halfling.
expected that.
It's a she. And she looks around at the three of you and the militia that are right there, and it's like, I wasn't doing anything.
That's not true, and you know it. Now you should be feeling better. Why didn't you at least tell us what's going on?
Nothing. Trying to think here what actually the role for that is. Insight for anyone who wishes to.
For me, that's low. That's not.
And that's a crit. Lita and Tess both know that something is certainly up. Tess, as an added bonus, you also realize they're doing something that you find very, very familiar with your own history and whatnot. They're using their language in a certain kind of way thieves can't. You recognize the bilingo, the way they're kind of... It's weird to say the thieves can't, because it's kind of a mix of how you talk, how you move, how you react to things, and how you're doing stuff like that. They're using thieves can't right now. Even though they're not talking much, but they are struggling, they are trying to get free and all that. Hello!
Hello.
I'm going to actually be here in about 10 seconds. I'm really excited to kill whatever it is we're killing. I
Okay, is that
apologize.
intimidating enough?
I apologize for my disheveled appearance. I was playing a surprise piano player who was supposed to look disheveled and then start playing piano. So that was fun. And I'm going to go get a beer and a pencil.
Sounds lovely.
Don't mix them up.
Probably for the best not to. Alright, so there we're at.
Totally,
Gotta love
I
a nice,
totally understand.
gotta love a nice cold can of graphite.
Can't we gasp? Can I help kill it? Alright, so that's where we're at. You realize that, Tess, and now what's going on now?
I was actually just like, I understand thieves can't. So what am I reading off this person?
They seem to be trying to signal in a way. What you're thinking is either they're signaling someone else for assistance or a distraction. Basically, they're looking for help.
I will roll investigate to see who they would be signaling to.
You can probably investigate or percept on that one. Looking around the crowd and whatnot, you don't really get an idea of who they specifically could be trying to signal. And once Noah, Claire, and Pat are both ready to go, we'll fill her in on what's going on. But yeah, you don't really...
I was just asking about that, but okay, sure.
Yeah, someone will get you up to date, hopefully pretty shortly, kind of thing. Yeah, you can't tell exactly 100% who they might be signaling to, but definitely you can tell that they are.
Okay, well, I will let the others know that she's not alone, that she's trying to get help, that there's somebody else involved here.
The halfling looks at you wearily and then just holds completely still.
As I was saying, perhaps it would be best if you just told us why you were following us.
They stay quiet. They stay...
I don't know this halfling, but I don't like him.
Yeah, they're now being surly and looking at the rest of you and just like very distrustful kind of eyes and just like kind of way. Who wishes to bring Pat up to speed, or no, Claire up to speed? We'll find out what happens with Pat because if Pat's around or not.
Does Pat come out of the bag of characters, or does this work some other way?
Depends at this point what they're gonna actually do with the halfling, or those kind of ways. We'll see about filling you in on what's going on, and then we'll see from there. Maybe you're wandering through town on your own doing things. It's totally up to you if you want to be. If Pat was informed of this stuff and then decided to go to town, we can slot you in. If they want to take the halfling back to camp to interrogate them...
All right, I've
We'll see from there.
I've sent Noah Claire perhaps the maximally concise explanation for what's going on
Okay,
Slack.
good. Okay, good. Good.
Oh my god. I wish I could see
Hey
what's up
guys,
there.
you lost me at that bakery shop and goods. What are you doing in this alley? Oh, who's that halfling?
I like. That seems totally up Pat's alley.
Yeah,
Were
yeah.
you busy with the buns?
Yes, there's a large sack. There's a large sack of buns sitting on the ground near me.
How do you think I found you?
It's fine. Perfect.
Get your
Supernatural
buns out of
buns.
the yard.
Well, I offer a bun to the halfling.
The halfling just stares at you like, I don't know where that's been.
I think she would know where it's been. I'm still carrying it in a bag from the bakery.
But they were on the ground just now. I don't know where the ground
No, a good one. I'm not going to give her one of the. I'm not going to. If any of them spilled out, they're gone. They're no longer viable buns once they've touched the. Look, the 5-second rule is not true. Trust me on this as a healer. It's not safe to eat things that have been rolling around on the ground. So I'm not going to offer anyone that.
Since I too am from the halfling variety, can I try to talk to her?
What are you gonna say?
Possibly something like, "How did you like my dagger?"
Stabby.
Stabby, stabby.
Nice to meet you.
I want to speak to her in the halfling language, so maybe she feels like more comfortable to talk to me.
Okay. Other than, what are
And
you
just
saying?
ask her. Huh?
What are you like? Yeah, I was just gonna go. Okay, what are you saying to her?
Why were you following us? I mean, if you have a pretty good reason, maybe we could take you back to our camp. We're a traveling circus. I don't know how stalker you are, so like maybe you already know that, maybe you don't. But I mean, I can get you a job. I just gotta know why you're following us.
She just kind of looks at you and. Let me see actually how persuade. Roll persuade.
Okay.
You did meet her down at her level, so to speak.
Well, you know.
That's not terrible. She kind of just looks and goes, "This is my job."
But a better one.
Well,
She gives a glass over to Tess and be
Pat
like,
doesn't.
"Yeah." So you're saying?
Pat doesn't much care for this halfling, and this is kind of against her training, but the real world isn't at all what Pat thought it would be. And so I am going to attempt what I think is an acrobatics check or something like that to grab this halfling because it's obviously up to no good, and Pat doesn't
Okay,
want it.
to be clear before you do that, the current location of that halfling is firmly in Valia's grip. The halfling
Then-
has been struggling to get away, but Valia is very strong.
Then
really
I'm
failed the
going
roll.
to whack it with my quarterstaff.
Roll damage. I'm gonna. Do you
I'm
have-
going to resist that.
Okay.
No, seriously, if Pat just rocks up and gets on with the quarterstaff and smack right down, I'm going to try and block that.
Actually, alright then. I'll be rolling an attack, and we'll see what's gonna happen with that. In the sense of what's going on.
It is not right to allow a prisoner to be injured.
The world's not what I thought it would be, Thalia. This is ridiculous. It's gonna be this
Just
plus
because
5.
the world is
so
wrong,
I
there's
rolled
no reason for
21
us-
to whack the thing. Thalia.
And do I roll a counter attack or something? How's that go?
Are you gonna try and block it or move out of the way of it?
Block it with my body. That's the instinct.
Okay. Just.
The instinct is just to slightly turn.
Should be okay. Do you know your armor class? Just off the top of your head at all. If not, I'll look it up. But if you do have it handy, just let me know. If not, I'm gonna look it up right now, anyways.
Oh dear. Looking it up might be what I have to do because I have an armor class written here, but I'm pretty sure it's for full armor in battle stuff, which this is not. I'm not wearing the
Yeah,
Armor,
so
armor.
in that case then, just do a... You should be able to actually move and take that instead, unless you're gonna really trip up. How's your dex and strength? You know what? You're fine to actually block that kind of thing without a roll or anything like that. It does
I mean, it
hit
is just
you,
sort of
though.
a poke. Okay.
Well,
it hits
no,
me.
she hit. Like, you're the one who got hit instead,
It hits.
though. Like,
It
yeah,
hits, yep.
it hits you. It just doesn't hit. It still hits. Like, that was definitely a hit.
Oh,
Roll.
was it hit?
That was a
I
hit.
At no point did Jalen.
Yes?
At no point did I say differently. And do you
Yeah,
know
no.
what? No. Something that I think is worth mentioning. I know that this is an abnormally ridiculous circumstance for it, but this is literally Valia's creed right here. She suffers so someone else doesn't have to.
Aww. Thalia sounds just so nice. Frustrating.
Yeah, no, it's...
If you want to hurt people, yes, it's going to be very frustrating to hang around with a paladin of Ilmater.
Literally,
know that.
all of us want to hurt the halfling, but you.
Mm-hmm. But I just did it because I have no social skills.
Which is making this incredibly amazing at this point. This poor halfling is sitting there like, someone's talking to me in my language, this person's trying to save me, this person's trying to kill me, and you speak my other language. I am terrified at this moment.
So did I do that 7 damage to Valia?
I think maybe we...
Yes.
What was it, 7? Oh, so
Just 7.
that was damage? It was...
Yeah,
Okay.
so
That's quite a smack.
that was quite a smack that you got in the way of. That's an ow. That's a bludgeoning, but that is an ow.
It's obvious.
That's more than half. Like, that's a
Yeah.
severe smack.
Yeah, that was a... Oh, that's impressive.
That me.
So, in all the middle of this, the halfling then finally does respond to Lida in that regards. It's like, this is my job. They're speaking in halfling, and it's like, and you already have someone who does my job with you. Looking pointedly at Tess, and Tess, you would notice that.
An important question that I think we maybe should have been asking all along. What are the two guys from the militia doing about all this? Are they just watching the spectacle?
After Patch did they were originally, because they have no proof that this is a thief. You yelled thief in a crowded area. None of you have given any proof yet at all that this is a thief, just that this person's watching you. And technically,
I'm not even making the claim.
yeah, and unless you actually have proof that they're doing watching in some sort of illegal manner, they're watching you in a crowded area. What the heck? When Pat attempted to attack the halfling and then attacked you instead, they kind of came in like, whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on?
Valia and I do this all the time. No problem, officer. Valia's great, and I'll just like put my arm around Valia and give this like, see?
Never better.
If this is something to do with the show, please keep it out of our streets. You're terrifying the youngins.
That's a very good point. We should definitely keep it out of your streets. I'm very sorry, officers. Now, Jalen, I'm going to attempt to pick up the halfling like a sack of spuds. And
can.
take her... What?
You can.
And take her and my bag of buns. I'll get another quarterstaff or come back for it later. Actually, you know what? I'll ask them if they can pick up my staff. Could you grab my staff, Pat, please? And I'm going to take her back to my tent.
Okay. Do the rest of you follow with this whole to Valia's tent specifically part?
Yeah, I'm going
Yes.
in. I'm not
Yep.
letting this halfling out of my sight.
I'm going.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, so to be absolutely clear, so far on this trip today, we've acquired 1 large bag of buns, 1 pound of coffee, a dog with
large
one
dog.
eye, a large dog with one eye, and a
Odin.
potential halfling assailant. This is our haul of treasure.
This is loot. This is loot now.
Can I just say, I'd like to think this is a special thing. This is one of your first major DM roles, right, Jalen?
Yes.
Consider this something very special then. I don't think most parties would, on their first battle, collect the enemy.
I don't either. Like,
Happy
this is-
birthday, Jalen.
Woo! This is amazing hilariousness. Because I'm sitting there like, remember, I've been playing for 20 years, so I'm sitting there going, I don't think I've ever taken an enemy home. Sure. But I've never taken an enemy home, and no one I know of has ever taken an enemy home. Unless we're talking 7th Sea, which is part seduction, but that's entirely different. This certainly isn't that. This is a great time waiting to happen. Wow. You're jostling around, just so that you know, on the walk home, she still remains pretty quiet, pretty surly about the whole fact that you've slung her over you like a sack of potatoes. Okay, when you get her back in the place, what do you do in that regard? Are you just gonna remain holding her? Are you gonna try to tie her up? What do you choose to do?
Sit her down and say, if you stay put, we won't have to chase you again.
That
And
seems stupid, Valia.
And personally, I would rather not have to do that again, because I don't want to have to take another vicious blow from one of my colleagues for you.
They kind of look at you like, I think that's a race I'd win.
What was that, Jalen? So I didn't catch that.
They kind of look at you and go, I still think that's a race I'd win.
All right, I guess we gotta fucking tie her up.
Good job, Mom.
I could try to roll. I could try to roll persuasion, but I don't want to tie anyone up. But options are limited. I mean, if you just answer a couple of questions, that's all we want. Then you can enjoy the carnival before you go home. I'll give you a pass.
You're asking questions. Finding out what for.
No, again, I could not hear you, Jalen. I'm sorry.
Damn this microphone. You're asking questions, just finding out what for. It turns
Why
out-
are we asking questions?
Well, you were. It was odd. She kind of turns to Lita then and goes in halfling. Are you sure there's stuff for me here if I do this?
There's stuff for everyone here.
And yeah, you guys all caught that, like, that you don't know what she said, but that she did speak to Lita.
Yep.
Isn't that great? So, you're asking questions. I was supposed to watch and see who you were asking and of what questions.
So, your compatriots are the ones who might have some interest in what's been going on? Who might have been doing it?
Maybe.
We don't have time for this halfling, Valia. This halfling is obviously against us. We have shows to do. You have a tent to run, as do I. And I think we should just knock it out.
So, I'm curious. Your colleagues, did they get wind of a treasure? Are they getting ready to go out adventuring?
No, just do what you got to survive.
Really?
I don't know if you've noticed around this area, but there's not much.
In the background, while Valia is doing this, I don't know if Valia feels like noticing or not, but Pat goes like this. She holds her hands up and puts 2 fingers out.
I'm not sure Valia knows what that means.
That's fine. Pat feels like she's being very clear.
Do I want to know what Pat thinks she's doing?
Nope.
Okay.
Very good.
Very well. Alright.
Valia starts making coffee.
Talia starts making coffee?
Yep.
Fun, do you turn around from the halfling?
Well, you're all here.
Fine, Pat smacks that halfling again now that Valia's not guarding her anymore.
With the quarterstaff or just straight whack?
With her quarterstaff. It's 23.
Well, she's not tied up, so she's definitely going to attempt to dodge that. But
23.
I was gonna say,
Get out.
but no, let me finish. She's gonna attempt to dodge it, but yeah, you hit her. You strike her across the back. Roll your damage.
9!
Ow!
Get out.
Are you talking to me or the halfling?
Yes, you.
No.
Get out.
No, this halfling is dumb.
You're in my home and you just hurt someone. Get out. Leave before I make you leave. You are not welcome here. Go.
My goodness. Can I drag that halfling out with me?
Go.
Are you gonna attempt to
Yes.
grab them?
I'm going to attack to
I'm-
drag the halfling out with me, yeah.
Wow.
I physically throw Pat out.
I will let you do that.
Without the halfling.
Fine, whatever. If that's how, if
Although
that's
at this
how
point,
Valia-
although at this point, if the little bugger doesn't escape, I will be shocked.
Yeah, see, this is all your fault, Valia.
Whoever's around that is not distracted by this, you may roll perception at normal. Whoever's around that's, when Valiant Pat are doing this, you may roll at disadvantage. Anyone else gonna try?
That was the rest of us.
I could try, but I'm kind of as a disadvantage. You say?
Yeah, you
I'm
guys.
kinda
Both
busy.
of you would be at disadvantage if you choose to roll. So.
Was I supposed to roll at disadvantage or no?
No, you
I
get
am-
to roll at regular normal because.
I'm focused
Yeah, so you can
entirely.
roll
I'm focused entirely on the person that just violated the sanctity of my home.
Sorry.
Which
You're
is fair.
laughing. You're laughing, but do you understand what
God.
you just did?
Oh my god, it's awesome.
You have ticked off Valia so very much.
Seems so.
Wow. This ought to be very interesting down the line.
Mm-hmm.
You do not go into the home of a paladin of Ilmater and then hurt people.
If that's all then, because yeah, like, if Valiant Pat wanted to roll, they could, but they'd be at disadvantage, but if they think they're too involved, they don't have to.
Oh, I'm not rolling.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the halfling slips out. Just gone. Everyone is pretty much distracted by the fact that Valia just threw Pat out, like, physically out. Holy cow.
I accidentally rolled with disadvantage, so I did a re-roll.
Yeah, I know, that's what I took instead.
Okay, thanks.
So, but yeah, no, they slip out. They're gone. And that complete chaos. What do the four of you do now?
Way
I'm
go,
going to get
Fiona.
out some sal. What?
We should have interrogated her when we had the chance.
We were trying to, but it wasn't talking, and Valia wasn't letting us do anything to it.
Torture's not going to get you anywhere, even if I allowed you to do it. People who are being tortured, trust me on this, will say anything to make it stop. It's not the truth and it's not useful.
Well, talking certainly wasn't useful anyway.
Especially to you. Go away.
But they were following us when we were going from store to store.
I brought her back here. Go find your new friend.
Would a lot of my co-workers be out and about at this time?
You're talking about people in the caravan kind of stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, it's getting to be more late afternoon kind of thing where people are starting to set up for the show and what have you. The tent is starting to get busier as people start collecting their things for their shows. You and Odin can probably wander over there if it's going to be part of, well, semi-part of your act because we haven't checked how he's going to do with a knife being thrown at his head yet. But yeah, there's people around, and where you guys are in the tent area is kind of away from the market area of the caravan, the tent performing area of the caravan, and things like that. So it's slowly clearing out as people make their way through to that stuff. Like, if you're going to the tent, you'll see them. If you're sticking around the living quarters, people are starting to clear out towards the tent for the show setup.
Okay. Do I have some time before I actually like really need to start getting ready?
Yeah, you still have some time. Your show is
Okay.
a little bit late. You're a little bit later in the thing, like you're not a big draw, so you're not end of the show area.
What
You're
do you mean?
You're a draw, but you're not like, oh my god, this is the person who's like our title act kind of thing. But you're not the very beginning either, because you're also not someone that they want to try and have the audience forget. Like a certain magician.
Okay. Oh, well, I'm gonna go try to find the other halfling.
Alright, you
Before
can
I have
go
to
and
get ready.
you're going to be doing perception around in the area.
Okay.
Let's join in with that.
Absolutely, yeah. What's going on with that?
Oh,
Absolutely, you can. Yep, Tess can join in with that. I'm kind of thinking at this point now, Lita will want Tess to join in with that.
Yes. Maybe not.
Not much better. Not much better.
No, I'm pretty sure that was a 1 even too, with the way that number is read. Ooh.
Critical thing.
You think you see a
It's not-
halfling? It turns out to be Lita.
Ha!
There's my favorite halfling. Hope
Is
nobody's
Pat still outside?
calling it an it.
Pat,
Every-
unless Valia has suddenly let
presume-
her back in, I'm guessing she's still outside.
Well, I mean, maybe Pat saw the halfling run out.
I'll have to wait till Pat is back.
I presume I've been left alone now.
Yes, for the moment, everyone has wandered out to go and try and find the halfling, it seems like. Or, in the case of Pat, been tossed out.
It happens. That was weird. I don't know why that happened.
I kind of want the idea where Pat's just sitting there like,
That's
Completely
pretty
like-
much what does happen. She just that's rude, Valia. Jeez, like toss somebody out.
There's no idea. No concept of what's going on with that one.
Nope.
So, Tess and Lita did come out of Valia's tent as well, and they were looking around for the halfling. They did not spot the halfling.
Well, not the one we were looking for.
Not the one they were
Right.
looking for, no. Tess spotted Lita.
Did I get to make coffee after?
You did get to make your coffee. It's delicious
All right.
coffee.
Then I will very quickly tell you what Valley is going to do because so that it's not in the way of what the other three are role playing.
Oh boy.
Valley is going to take the pot of coffee and the bag of buns, and go to the hospital tent, and offer these things to the patients, and partake herself, and also partake herself of some of the healing salve because she's got one hell of a bruise right now.
Does all well and fine. The patients appreciate that, except for the fire eater does not want any coffee.
Understandable.
Alright, Pat, Tess, and Lita. You're... Well, I'm guessing the healing tent might be semi-close to Valia's tent, so... Should have gone there. And you three are outside of that area.
Can I investigate the area to see if there's any evidence of where the halfling would have gone?
Yes, you can investigate. And if someone has survival, they can try that as well to see if you can spot any tracks.
All right. So I rolled 18 there, Jalen.
For survival or investigate?
Oh, survival.
Okay.
I guess I could use the actual skill things that would make it better on everybody.
I also rolled an
18,
18 with investigation.
The tracks seem pretty well hidden, especially because there is a lot of people coming and going through here. I mean, if you see some small footprints, it's hard to tell if it's Lita's or the halfling that you're chasing specifically. But what might give you a slight clue is the fact that they're, by Valia's tent specifically. But hey, did Lida, have you ever stalked Valia's tent at all, or snuck away from it?
No, but all of my shoes has been L at the bottom.
That would also help then. You can know which ones distinctly are Lida had the halfling's shoes then, compared to the more halfling nimbleness that are the regular one. They're a little scuffy though, so you're not quite 100% sure which direction they took off, but you think you have an idea that it was towards the main area, not the tent performing. So they're kind of where the people will be milling around, shops, vendors, things like that, in the caravan. Well, area for performing and what have you. Well, what do you guys choose to do? You think you have an idea of a direction.
All right, I'm following that. That halfling's up to no good.
Let's hunt her down.
You guys are mean. What'd they ever do to you?
Didn't talk to me. That's what they did to me.
Alright. You can try and track her down. In this case, then, it'll be perception rolls for the most part if you're in a little crowd area. You can try survivals and investigates as well if you're going to try and track or dig through like where they might have been. Not looking for them specifically. So if you're going to roll, let me know if you're trying survival to track, investigate to see where they were, or perception to try and spot them.
How's that?
So, that's
21.
perfect.
Okay,
That's
look at
exactly
me
what I like
using
to
the
see.
system.
When it matters, the rolling doesn't. Yeah, all three of you do. Hardly anyone meets. All three of you do spot a halfling kind of trying to go through the crowd and get away. As the crowd thin out more towards the exits, that's generally where you actually spot her, because she is trying to leave this crazy place behind where these people were trying to smack her and tackled her and threw a dagger at her. What do you do?
Sorry, can you just give me? I just like went into a fugue state, Jay. I'm sorry.
No, that's fair. What I was saying is that basically you spotted her, like, here I moved you guys into the map, the encampment kind of one for an area and where things are going. They are, so the halfling is kind of near this area, if you can see where my mouse is pointing. Down their bottom, like it's a T-shaped encampment, and the bottom, like the base of the T kind of area at the bottom there, is where they are attempting to fly through the crowd and leave. Like they are wanting to get out of here. They're not moving with major haste because that would bring attention to them. So what they're attempting to do is just slide away.
Stop that halfling! And I start running, and I can't find my character sheet. So I'm gonna do it super agilely, 17 acrobatics, and just start like monk training off people and yelling about that halfling.
Alright.
Your character sheet should be available on the handouts, right?
Yeah, under handouts there should be one that says Pat under characters.
Yeah, but I can't get it to come up in a way that doesn't block my screen. I'll work on it later.
Oh. Yeah.
So I'll just do it later.
Fair. Nope, that's fair and fine. I can bring it up and I can check for things as well for off the screen here.
Yep.
For things. Da-da-da. Alright.
Anyway, that's
Pat.
whatever it was. +5. 17 acrobatics to do that.
Okay, so 17 acrobatics. Tess and Lida, what do you two choose to do with the halfling and with Pat in hot pursuit again?
Pursue and full speed and I guess attempt to tackle.
And Lida?
I mean, he's yelling out, "Get that halfling!" So I'm gonna be like, not me, but like still running.
Pat's like, get the halfling, Lida. Not this one. Not this one.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I would definitely say you guys have surprised the halfling. It's not hard to catch up to someone who didn't know she should have started running.
She's just strolling?
Well, if she would have ran, she would have gotten attention in it. So when you guys, by the time you're running at her, she wouldn't have gotten a chance to actually start running until it's like, oh crap, I should be, and you're already here. So that's kind of what happened, is you got a surprise round, basically.
Sweet.
And with 3 of you attempting to pretty much tackle her, stop her, and otherwise deal with her, yeah, you catch her. I don't know if I'm going to need a strength roll from all 3 of you, but if you'd like to try, just to see if you roll a 1, please do.
Not far off. It goes to a 7.
Yay!
Lyda's got you covered.
Yeah, nice job.
Yeah, no, you get the halfling back, and she kind of just looks at you guys and is like, ugh. Can't you just let me go? I won't disturb you anymore.
You already have. Like, you already have information on us that you're gonna take back.
You were asking
Also-
questions.
We
Sorry.
want to know who you're working for.
If I say me, myself, and I, will you let me go anyways?
No.
We already know that it's not just you.
I mean, I can give you over to my friend here, and Lyda points to Pat.
I'm not very nice.
Yeah, I noticed.
Possibly, Jalen.
Yeah.
Possibly roundabout now the halfling is noticing that the one that prevented most of the bodily harm is not there.
Oh yeah.
It's
She's
handy,
noticed.
isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's handy. She's noticed the good cop is not around. Like, probably the person I was working with, noticing I'm likely not going to be coming back from this one, is long gone. Any information I'd have to give them will be useless at this point. You were asking questions. I have no idea what answers you got.
Yeah, but we just want to know who hired you, and then you can go. Otherwise, I'm just gonna hit you again.
No one hired me. It's just what I do.
You need to get a new profession, young man.
Woman.
This is a very... Yes.
I can't tell halflings. I don't know.
In that case, then she kind of just points at Tess and goes, tell her the same thing then.
You don't do it for money, so why do you...
No, I do it for money. I just don't get hired by people. What are you talking about?
So if you don't get hired, what do you do?
Same thing as your lovely friend here does, it seems like.
Tess will immediately search her pockets.
You find a fair amount of gold. That means probably within the last few days someone has been robbed.
She'll just take that.
Does everyone want to try and see if that's what Tess does or no? Because, yeah, it depends. A few trinkets here and there that you're not sure if they're hers or not. At this point, you probably couldn't ask. She probably wouldn't tell you the truth anyways. You see some weapons. She's got a bow, which that's easy to find enough. Like a small little hand crossbow kind of thing, and some daggers.
Well then, young man, why don't you tell us what's going on in this town? Because there's something weird going on, and you clearly listen to things. So, if you can't answer those questions, why don't you answer this one?
What's going on in this town?
Wag finger, young man stuff, you know.
I have a feeling the finger wag is going to be a little bit less impactful coming from insane quarterstaff smacky person.
Oh yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm very bad at social situations.
She looks up at you and it's kind of like,
Pro tip. Social situations generally improved by not hitting people with sticks.
Whatever, Valia's not even here, okay?
Social skills for dummies.
Oh
That's
no,
the next-
okay, I hit things.
that's the book that Pat is working on now, is Social Skills for Dummies, and it's actually like, hit people when they don't give you answers. It's like, yes, it works.
So yeah, I'm gonna menacingly wag finger, use staff, and you know what? I'll even roll a intimidate check. It's gonna be really good because I'm really good at this one. So I rolled a 10 on intimidate, and just be like, so, where do we look in town to find out what's going on, young man?
What kind of stuff do you think is going on? I was just.
There's something at the pet store. I don't like that pet store.
And with
I
that,
have-
every last shred of thought that Pat might not be completely insane has disintegrated.
It's an exotic pet store. I mean, their customers can be a little odd, but I kind of expect that of magic users.
So really, you don't know anything about this pet store?
I stole some stuff from them, because apparently you guys know that stuff
Okay.
already, and that's it.
So you've been there
Okay,
after
okay.
hours?
Yes.
And did you notice anything?
The pets are really quiet.
What do you mean
Wow.
as in quiet? Like they're sleeping? Like they sleep well?
No, like,
Or-
they're quiet. I mean, she gotta look at the dog at your side and going like, does it not bark when you move through your tent? Like, does it not react to you entering, or to someone entering, or to anything like that? Like, they were quiet. I thought they were probably enchanted, or at least something, because it wouldn't be very nice to have neighbors that had a loud pet store.
All right, what's your name, young man?
No.
All right. Here's 2 gold. Fling onto the ground. If you go find out what's up about that pet store, and I mean for real, there's 3 more when you get back. Otherwise, you can just have this 2 gold. And I put it on the ground right next to my staff.
They kind of look at the goal and look at you, and it's like, why don't you find out yourselves if you're
'Cause
that
you're a par-
curious?
Because you seem really good at this. Why don't you just go do it, okay? Seriously. Like, make some money. Get a real job.
That good. Not that good at it.
Yeah, it's like, she got caught a lot trying to stealth. She's not that good at it anymore. Wow, those are shitty rolls. I was like,
Now, I might just be a voice in everyone's head since the character's not actually there, but I kind of think that if you're good at stealth, you don't get flung over someone's shoulder and carted off.
that's kind of what I'm thinking too.
You do not get collected by the enemy.
Yeah, you generally don't. The enemy generally doesn't find you,
Well, Pat
but
doesn't know these things.
no, that's fair. That
Trying
is
to hire
totally
this young
fair.
man. And so,
That's totally fair in the situation, and yeah, you would know it. Tess might know it. Lita may know it. I totally believe Pat probably would be unlikely to. She kind of looks at the gold, looks up at Pat. I can earn more than that in a night.
fine. So, Pat's frustrated and rolls 8 to hit.
You smack the ground beside them. You can roll intimidate at an advantage though with that one.
I know I don't want to intimidate anymore. I want to hit it.
Okay. You kind of miss. You hit the ground. Thankfully, you don't hit Lita though, who is probably sitting on the halfling to hold them still at this point. Lita and Tess, what do you do during this? Because Pat is. Well, actually, you know what?
Pat
Insight
is being
from
a great
Lita's
deal
Tess.
more insane than she was last time we played.
A
I
little
maybe
bit,
made
but,
some renovations.
Did you forget to put the roof back on?
No, I left it off on purpose. See, I know you can't see my sheet, but it says a -1 here and -2 here. So,
Not good in social situations. Congratulations. She will not be your face at all. In fact, she'll probably be something entirely different that I won't use.
but
in
she'll frequently be the face anyway, because that's the funniest.
Tess and Lita, you can roll insight though, please. It's specifically for what's going on with your halfling new buddy.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, she is sufficiently kind of both confused, frightened, and wanting to get the hell out of there at this point because Pat's kind of freaking her out, and she thinks she's gonna end. Well, you don't know this for sure unless you can read her mind, but she probably thinks she's gonna end up in a shallow grave.
Oh, it
Getting
wouldn't be
kind of
shallow.
twitchy. Yeah, she's getting kind of twitchy. That you can clearly tell. She's getting kind of twitchy.
Is it past enough time for me to try to swing at her again?
Oh, absolutely, you can try to swing at her again.
That one is 13.
You miss. But you are very close to her head at that point again. You're closer than you were with the 8.
It's obviously because I'm out of beer, so I'm gonna go get more beer and then swing at her again.
Oh no.
Can I roll intimidation with advantage? Because she's probably like freaked the fuck out.
Oh yeah, at this point all of you could get intimidation at advantage with this situation.
These people definitely do need a mother figure.
Well,
Shit.
yeah. What are you trying
Hey!
Yeah, both of you would. What are you trying to say or do at this point to make your intimidation effective in the? Well, how are you using it?
Tell us what we want to know. Go out and find out the
No.
answers that we want to know.
And don't report back to whoever you're supposed to report back to.
Fine. Will you let me up then and let me go, please?
Where is all this taking place? Like, this is just on the grounds of the fair, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
So that's going to attract some attention.
it has ish, but also at the same time, the townsfolk that are there are kind of like, oh hey, free show, what have you. The people that are part of the caravan are kind of keeping a leery eye on it, but it's like, hey, these are our people stopping this person, so it's like not interfering. So you have attention, but at the same time, it's kind of like that, you know, rubbernecking the scene of something going on that they don't want to be involved in or get called out on or, you know, have to
That is-
deal with.
That is pretty much what I was expecting.
So that's about it. It doesn't seem like anyone's gonna step in and help this person in any way, shape, or form.
19 to whack the halfling.
Yeah, you hit them.
Woo! For 7. Nailed it.
Ow! I said I'd help. Do you mind making her stop, please, now?
How do we know we can trust you?
Lady, she's gonna kill me if you don't. And
I don't
then it wouldn't be
actually
useful
have
for you
too much of a
anyways.
problem with that.
But then it wouldn't be useful to you anyways, would it? You want me to go for information. She'll kill me anyways. You'd have to do it yourself. So I see here going that either do it yourself, or you do it yourself and I'm dead. So, what win do I really have in this situation? Let me go. Let me get the information. I'll see some of you after the show. If I don't show up, what's the worst you're gonna have to do is have to go investigate it anyways, right? If I was dead, you'd investigate it anyways.
Pat holds her staff very calmly and goes, okay, but no money.
Sure. Pretty sure I got from you earlier anyways.
Oh, she never picked it up. I picked it back up.
Talking pickpocketing.
I will kill her again.
Kill her again?
You did it before.
Sorry, I just broke character. I will kill that young man again.
You mean hit?
Yeah, it or young man.
No, hit, not it. Hit.
Whatever.
H. Can you let me go now, please?
I'm just...
I jump off of the halfling. The other one.
They get up, dust themselves off. Y'all are crazy, and just take off running for town. You guys have half an hour
that's
for going till
a
10.
very successful team.
Can Tess roll a deception to see if, like, she can convince the crowd that it was all just an act? Like, we
Oh,
just
absolutely you can.
do stuff.
Can we all just take a bow instead?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. The crowd probably won't question whether you try and convince them or not. It's just not. like I said, it's rubbernecking and it's just not worth the time. And the people who would care are your own people, really. So, you're fine with that.
Well, I grab Tess's and Pat's hand, and I just like take a bow and pull them down with me.
Why did you do that, Lida?
We thought we were putting on a play.
Oh, I'm here to write.
All right then. Now, before the show actually then will begin, is there anything else the three of you will want to do, or the four of you actually in this case? Because now that you're not in that end, Valia, you can do something else otherwise.
Guys, you think Valia was pissed at me earlier? Should we go talk to her?
I think she's fine.
Okay. I trust you. Your face, Abby, there was awesome.
I'm looking so forward to when that's going to come back and bite everybody in the ass.
Oh, it's constant. It's going to be constant.
I love this kind of stuff with character classes and what have you. Alrighty. So with nothing else to do, those of you who have a show to put on, may go put a show on. Those of you who have a shop to run may run a shop. Those of you who are going to do something with the crowds may do so, and what have you. In the case of performer, just roll a perform check. We're not going to go through a major RP of like, da 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 da, the show stuff. All you need to know is there is... Yeah. You were distracted for sufficiently amount of hours through that time period to a degree. For anyone out there that is curious of what kind of show gets performed at Faun's Heart, there are animal acts, even though if you were to walk around the fairgrounds you don't see many animals, and then suddenly there are many in the tent at night. There is, of course, our knife thrower and whatnot. I don't think they have a dog in the act tonight, but they certainly will at some point. Strong men, strong women, things like that as well. And we have a magician who is, in a world of magic, not quite a magician. They're quite interesting in that regard, if anyone's ever interested for more details. Oh, crap. Am I a robot for anybody else?
No.
Not much. No, not really.
Nope.
There was for like fraction of a second.
Lida is hearing me as a robot, so I don't know.
And Lida's actually Sarah Lynn's image is much
Flickering.
more artifacty than everyone else. I think the problem is on her end, I'm afraid.
Yeah, she was saying there was a storm that was going on. So if you guys wish to, it is 9:37. Technically you have about 20 more minutes of the session kind of go to that regards. So the choice, if a storm's going on and whatnot, we can continue for those 20 minutes or what have you, or we can call an end to it here. I leave that to the four of you.
I'm happy with either.
I don't think that there's anything left for us to do at this point in time. But if anybody has any suggestions, I'm down to game for the 20 more minutes.
I'm gonna say in likelihood it probably would be after the show, if the halfling returns. That will be an interesting little figuring out. We'll see what happens there and what they find out. And that will likely be the pet shoppy things or what have you for the investigation, or what they found out in the town, or whatever they have to tell you, and that will likely take longer than 20 minutes for you guys to deal with to a degree. To a degree. Depends on what you guys do.
Well, the only thing I did have left to do was go back to town. If the show is currently running, though, I might be expected to stick around in case of emergencies.
This show is running, so yes, you would be asked to stick around in case someone else forgets that they should not swallow when it's fire. Or in
Then I'll
case
do my
Lida hits somebody. That she's
Hey!
not supposed to. Or if the magician pisses someone off and someone takes a swing at him.
I'm an impalement artist, so I'm really not supposed to hit anyone. Really. Just impale them.
In that case, there is probably nothing role-playing oriented Valia can do for the rest of this day, because the next thing she wants to do is visit the Clever Cleaver, and that will probably be firmly closed by the time the show is over.
Yeah. As I said, anything that takes on this point will probably take a lot longer than 20 minutes. So if you guys want, we can call it here for the night, and we will join then in another 2 weeks' time, where we shall see what the halfling brings back, if anything. If Pat's threats and hits were quite effective. They were. and what gets discovered by them, if anything, about the pet shop in town and what gets relayed and how everyone deals with that information and what have you.
Personally, I think that other halfling has been mostly encouraged to leave town.
I am good to continue or not. I will happily continue. I guess that's my vote. I'll put my vote on that one.
For me, it's dependent on what is going on with people. Like, if you're still having the storm and the road body kind of stuff, the internet things or what have you, or if anyone needs to get up earlier one tomorrow, speak now or forever hold your tongue.
It's going like back and forth, but it is 11:40 here. Yes.
Let's be nice then, for that sake. What we'll do then, we'll call it, but let me see here really quickly. Before we do, the teaser for everybody. The halfling does come back and is waiting after the show.
Okay.
I'm officially surprised.
Me
I am
too.
Maybe she just loved you, Pat, like so much.
It's a Stockholm syndrome, big time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What did I get from her, by the way?
Oh, the gold you got from her.
Yeah.
Well, she wasn't kidding. She actually had 5 gold on her instead, so likely, yeah, she didn't need the stuff that Pat was offering beforehand. If she can pull that kind of thing from a day and what have you, yeah, whatever Pat's offering, like, here's your 2 gold. It's like, sure.
I also forgot to ask how much my dog was. Considering it only has one eye, I feel like I should get a discount. Just saying.
I think we had it for prices some before for the pets. Let me check that and I'll let you know and we can figure that all out.
Okay.
So, because we had a price
That's
for
fine.
pets a while back and I can't remember what it was then now.
As long as it's not more than 70
No, it shouldn't be. Like, we're talking 70 silver or 70 gold.
gold.
You'll be fine.
Okay, good.
No, I think you can. I don't know, but for sure. But I think 70 gold would get you a fairly well-trained horse. Like, something
Yeah,
that you
you
could
actually-
something you could race or put in a show. So
But I
Probably,
wanted the dog.
damaged mutt is a lot further down on the scale.
yeah, like it's not a familiar. It's not a dog that's trained.
damage.
It's to a degree. It's also in a way that the dog is not a familiar. They're not used for magical casting or foci or anything like that kind of stuff. You just have a dog. As far as you know, you just have a dog. It's not a familiar. It's not meant for a magician. It's a pet. So in that regards, it won't be as expensive as a pet. And I think I looked up actually familiars prices at some point, and then derived from there what a plain pet would cost. So. Yeah, but in that regard, the cost to resummon a familiar is only 10 gold, so likely you'd be around the same way. And that's just a summon. You'd actually have to cost a lot more to actually like deal with that kind of stuff to meet materials, but we're looking at likely 10 gold, if that.
Okay.
So.
10 is fine.
Yeah. All right then. We draw the evening to a close with people exiting the tent out the back end. And where you wouldn't expect to find a person waiting who is not employed by Faun's heart. There they sit, calmly in the shadows. The halfling from earlier.
There's my teaser.
You smacked them, didn't you?
No, just I do not do that. As successful as it was.
She'll find out next time what news they bring our adventurers. Don't have anything they want to say before we call it end? Now's your time to say it.
Hi, Mom! That's it.
Nice. Nice.
Alright.
The only thing, I think that will do. Good night, world. The only thing is nothing. That's kind of zen.
Ooh.
tuned in on our stream for 0D20 Fun's Heart. It was actually quite an adventure. I mean, I'm not kidding. I have never had a group before ever actually capture someone and take them back to their home, like to their tent or not. Especially not someone who seems like they're a thief. Like, that just seems like a bad idea. But hey, that's just me. Tune in 2 weeks' time. It is, well, we're gonna double check that for sure, but I do believe that would be September. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, summer's like, I can't imagine. There's gonna be no heat wave, hopefully. We will let you know the official date when that thing gets posted. In the meantime, if you like us, you will be able to catch a version of this on YouTube. You can find our other podcast, Fractoria, on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, and Google Play. Just look under 0D20. You can check us out at www.0d20.com. Like us on Facebook at 0D20. Or talk to us on Twitter at 0D20_. And that's very important. There's another 0D20 person out there. Please don't put them through that kind of stuff, please. If you do like us, like I said, leave a review. We did not do it tonight with the opening song, unfortunately, because we're using a different computer. Next week, hopefully, gonna have that back, but you can find it at the Monk's Serenity. We will be looking actually at an Indiegogo campaign coming up here soon. Woo! We will give you more details about that. Check out our website and our Facebook to hear more. If you do like us, let us know. We love you all. We swear. Take care. Bye.